The Whycuzimag Summoners War Chronicles Invitational. We got 16 of our stronger competitors, our strongest RTA guys out here to show you guys what they got. We try to make it a little even, 8 and 8 from each of the top 2 guilds, but some people couldn't make it, some people extra couldn't make it, so we have 9 players from Advent, who you should be familiar with, and we have 7 players from Eclipse. Of course, I myself, I'm casting here, so I can't play, but hopefully my guildies can get it done. But may the best man win. Excuse me. Real quick, we'll take a look here at the prize pool. The prizes actually got bumped up from what I saw them as. So first place, we'll be getting 10,000 crystals in-game, an ancient golden statue, and a summoner figurine sent to their house. Inside the summoner figurine, of course, is codes. There is a code for 3 LD scrolls, 3 double mod, some gold, some crystals. So real important to win first place, guys. Second place is 5,000 crystals and a fire peacock. And then everybody else will get 2,000 crystals just for participating. Along with that, guys, you viewers also, there will be codes for you viewers to cash in. I got to see the excuse me, the rewards for the code, and I'm excited to put the code in my own account. But we will release that code 3 times throughout today, so make sure you catch on to it. If not, DM me and I'll send it to you. But I think without further ado, we could probably get a chance here to meet some of our competitors. And this is the brackets. Okay, we have the first match is basically Toxic and Melomane, both from Eclipse. So it's a Guildie vs. Guildie action. Then we have Enlil from Advent versus Marsen from Eclipse. Elise from Eclipse versus Leafyu from Advent. Astartes from Advent versus Starter War from Eclipse. NuTkaZe from Advent versus Lopi from Eclipse. CoffeeJelly versus NightRose, both from Advent. Spacebar versus Day77, also both from Advent. And then we have Takoda from Advent versus LeeMinHoe from Eclipse. It is a single elimination, guys. It'll be best of 3 for the first round, quarterfinals, and the semis. And then in the finals, it'll be a best of 5. So we have quite a few hours of action, guys. So I hope you're excited as I am. Okay, we're just getting the players ready to rock, guys, but it should be exciting. I mean, it's 2 of my guildies, 2 of my better friends, guys I've been playing with for a very long time, so both very strong. I believe Toxic should be playing a Heath, and Mellow, it's either a Cleave or an Orbia, I'm not sure, but recently he did pick up some new weapons on his Orbia, so maybe he'll bring Orbia. But Toxic's a very strong player, not heavy spender, but quite unlucky his account. Oh, looks like Mellow's playing Orbia. So Melomane will be playing Orbia, so we have a Heath versus Orbia matchup. Again, they're both from my guild. Best of luck to both guys. But yeah, Mellow switches between Cleave and Orbia, so I guess he's leaning towards Orbia. Maybe he'll surprise us with a Cleave. I don't know, but in this matchup, I think it favors the Heath. But we'll see. Toxic was rather unlucky with his summons. He's not free to play, but he's not heavy spender. But at the end of the day, like, he had very bad luck. When everybody free to play had like 10 LDs, he was still sitting on 3 or 4. And once he got to like 7, he hit that dupe train like crazy. The Melomane on account, on the other hand, is a much higher spender. But that account, aside from high spending, has ridiculous amount of LDs. So you might get to see a lot of the LDs. So the pre-bans right now, Main has banned Layla and Lima, and then on Toxic side it's the Arda versus Camilla. When you see an Arda Camilla pre-ban, you're leaning towards the guy probably bringing a lot of gas, because those are 2 very anti-gas units. But as I say that, Mellow has drafted a Light Ray, which is the new collab / perfect anti-gas monster. Okay, so we got a Layla, got Eleanor, Juno on one side. We got the Jean and Fran. So they're both taking a lot of supports at the moment. So it looks like they're relying on their summoners to do a lot of the damage, which Orbia and Heath happen to do. So that works out perfectly fine. Okay, we respond with a Cracker, which is also a good support to armor breaks, and Toxic's bringing in a little gas now. And then Mellowmane, as many Orbeas do in these situations, is leaning more towards support again, just to protect himself. Mellow, I guess, feels like he does not need any damage assistance. Rather, he needs just to stay alive to do enough damage to win the game. And it is a light weapon versus a dark weapon, so they equally count each other the same way. Okay, the Gene is a very strong counter to the Juno, the Eleanoa, and the Celestia. So the Gene might the Josephine is a heavy counter to Eleanoa, Juno, and Celestia. So I think the Josephine might have to be banned here. Which Toxic purposely picked so he can get the draft he wants in. There's the ban. As I said before, the Light Ray is an anti-gas unit, so now he takes out some anti-gas. And then Mellowmane had to ban Toxic's counter to all his picks. Okay, so Mellowmane bans his own Eleanoa, and we're waiting for Toxic to ban his own Gene. Okay, so Toxic is a very gas draft right now, so let's see what happens there. Okay, you see a lot of pressure coming on the Saman. A lot of pressure on the Mellowmane, on the Summoner, and the Summoner is down. That was a quick first game, guys. 15 seconds. So again, with those pre-bans, the Artemil and Camilla pre-ban, there's not a lot of protection for Mellowmane, so when the big damage comes in, it's very hard to sustain because, again, basically Toxic banned his Light Ray, which is his only counter gas. So Mellow did have a lot of supports there, but his supports were high mana cost. So basically before any of them can go off, Toxic already killed them. The reason you see the ban on the fire weapon is because heats with fire weapon become bombers, and they do ridiculous burst damage. They can one-shot pretty much anything. So fire is almost a must ban against heats. And then he's banning the dark on Orbia because Dark Orbia slows and sustains a lot with the dark weapon, so he's taking away some of the sustain. And now Toxic got first pick, so he stole away the Light Ray, so now 2 anti-gas units are banned, and then the other anti-gas unit is picked. So Mellowmane may have to change up his strategy a little bit, maybe steal away some of Toxic's picks or something, because it looks like Toxic's stealing away his picks. Okay, you see a Jubel, which is a 4-star unit, but that counters Eleanoas, counters Ragdolls. So it's an okay pick. I don't like that playstyle, but people that like it, Jubel's artifact gives you like unlimited ultis pretty much when people have any kind of cooldown reduction. We have a Genos to counter the heavy melee side. So if you see all of Mellowmane's units have a shield in the head, that means they're tanks. And they'll be in the front line. And Genos has an AoE stun for the front line, armor break, and just does a ton of damage. So Genos is probably the ban. There it is. And Zaratu gets banned on this side. I think Toxic's probably going to self-ban maybe Fragarak here, the archer. Oh, sorry about that. And then on Mellow's side, okay, there's the Eleanoa and the Jubel ban. And let's see what happens. Light Monkey is a super OP unit right now in the game, so let's see if he can carry him to victory. I don't love the Light Monkey pick because he doesn't have a lot of melee, so the units are kind of spread out. When the units are clumped is when the Light Monkey really shines. Okay, we have a dead Light Monkey. So it's a pretty uphill battle here for Main. He has no more DPS help, so he has to sustain. He has 2 very good sustains right now. But the problem is Toxic also has 2 sustains on his side and the Fragarak. And the Fragarak, as it gets stacks, once it gets the max stacks, it becomes pretty much immortal. So if he can't kill the Fragarak soon, there's not much hope here for Mellowmane, I feel like. So either that Fragarak has to go down real soon. Mellowmane's getting a little low. His ulti's up. Here's his one chance to make a kill. Not quite enough damage because, like I said before, the Light Ray is crazy sustain, as well as Fran. So this should be a decently long battle here for a little while because Jean provides a lot of invincibility, which is why you see Mello's units dropping pretty low, but they're not going down because the invincibility keeps going up. Okay, and there goes the green sword spirit, and that's it. Mello concedes, and the first round of the first match goes to basically Toxic. Congratulations, Toxic. Well played, Mello main. Again, guys, you can see I told you the Mello main account is a much higher paid account, much more spent on that account versus the Toxic account. But again, the picks, the drafts, counter picks, the summoner, I did favor the Heath as the summoner there in the matchup because I play Orbia myself, and I know that sometimes it's very hard to avoid getting one-shot by Heats. Because if they save up all their skills, they get the timely armor break, they can really burst down pretty much anything except Cleef. So Heath does struggle a little bit against Cleef, I feel like. But in an Orbia Heath matchup, I really favor the Heath. But yeah, again, congratulations, Toxic, and we'll see you in the next round. And Mello, we'll see you on the next time. I think the next match should be getting underway soon, as long as the players are ready. So let's see. Let's see if the players are ready for the next round. Okay, we have Enlil, who plays the Cleef from Advent. I am familiar with a lot of the players, guys, as I play RTA at the higher levels as well. So I played against or with many of these players. So I'm pretty familiar with what they draft, but you're going to see a lot of the similar things like the Camillas, the Artemils, who got buffed and is really, really strong right now. The new units like Light Ray. If you see some Phoenixes getting picked, they're one-shot units, so there's counter to Phoenixes, which is the green Ray. And Marsen is in my guild as well, and Marsen is a Kina player. Marsen plays a little bit different. He doesn't do the meta stuff usually, but we'll see what he does today. Because a lot of times it's okay to play off meta, but you also want to play in meta, because if you play in meta, you're also, not only playing strong units, you're also taking away the strong units from your opponent, right? So if you draft your own unique way, you might end up giving your opponent a completely OP team. So we have a Leebly pre-ban, which is a bomber, and a Trinity, which is a big-time AoEer. He hurts your own team as well, but if the more units that are clumped up, the more damage he does. And the other side, we have a Jean and a Celestia pre-ban. So Eleanor is open. I'm not sure who has first pick here, but I feel like whoever has first pick is either taking Light Ray or Eleanor. Let's see. Light Ray, should we probably see Eleanor response? Maybe? Okay. Picking two of the more OP units in the game right now, the Light Monkey as well as the Arda. Still no Eleanor on the table. We have a Jemire there that counters the Light Monkey, and also picked because it counters his own Layla, so if he doesn't get it, Layla gets rendered pretty useless if there's a Jemire on the field. So he took it just to protect himself from getting counterpicked, and it also does counterpick the Monkey, so it's not a completely in vain pick. We have Nyx. Nyx is a very strong, archers are very strong in this game if you can keep them alive. And Nyx has a little bit of self-sustain, as well as armor break. So if you get to see this match, if Nyx gets through, you get to see like a turret, like the Nyx is going to fire it like a machine gun. So we'll see how that transpires. Okay, we have a Dark Lina who Oblivions, so that counters some of the Artemil passive. Artemil's passive is really strong after they buffed it. Basically, any unit that gets crit, he turns around and hits them, and then he has a chance to stun them as well in a really short cooldown. And then the last pick is the Camilla for some more protection for his Nyx. So he definitely has the picks to protect his Nyx. Let's see if his Nyx gets through. The Light Monkey's not as strong here because he has a counter pick to Light Monkey, and there is only 2 melee units, but the Cleef is also melee, so it's pretty strong against Cleef too. The Nyx does get banned, as well as the Layla. Let's see if the Monkey, he bans his own Monkey or not. Plays a little more sustaining on the Marsen side. And we'll see if Enlil bans the... Okay, Enlil bans the Amelia. So he's keeping his Lina as damage, and Oblivion. And Marsen also kept the Light Monkey, so... Light Monkey should do some work, even though there's only 2 melee units here. But Jemire does counter the Monkey. Every time the Monkey stuns something, Jemire's going to full heal cleanse his team, so... It is a little awkward letting the Jemire through. But the Lina is pretty squishy. The Lina went down to 40% just with one skill from the monkey, so there's potential. The monkey is doing work here. You see a lot of provokes on the side of Marsen. Oh, Lina's very low, but he heals back up because, like I told you, the Jemire will already use his skill 3 once something gets CC'd or stunned, as long as his passive is up, which is also on a really short cooldown. Got a lot of destroyed HP, though, on the Enlil side. If you see the yellow part of the HP bar, that's destroyed HP. That's HP that can never come back. Unless you happen to be in a Trace of Wave set, which restores destroyed HP. But the monkey does go down, so there's still a lot of sustain on Marsen's side. He does lose a lot of the damage output now, but if he can finish something off here, I still favor Marsen. But Artemil is going down. But Enlil's team is all so low and super destroyed. Oh, big heal from the Ray there. Everything's back to half health. See if we can get a nice strip with the Artemil maybe into some damage and finish off that Jemire. Once the Jemire goes down, pretty much all the sustain is out. Jemire is down, so you're not going to see much more sustain left. This is a very tight match, guys. Very close. Artemil is taking a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Artemil with the big strip takes down the Lina. Okay, so now it's a 2 versus 3. I definitely favor Marsen now in this situation. This part's going to take a little while because Cleef is very strong at staying alive, especially with the Ray on his team. Cleef plus Light Ray, Cleef plus Camilla give Cleef a lot of sustain, so I don't think the Cleef could win from this point, but he's going to make Marsen work for it, it looks like. This could be probably a good 30 seconds at least, I would say. Oh, but Marsen doesn't have ulti up. Artemil's ulti is super strong. Did not finish anything off. Get an ulti from Enlil's side, and Enlil goes down. Alright, so the first game goes to Marsen. Nice job, Marsen. I think the drafts were really good, except I probably wouldn't have picked the Lina because I feel like the Lina's a little too squishy in that situation. Although it did survive for much longer than I expected, so maybe he has it built pretty tanky. But it's very dangerous to bring in soft units, squishy units, because anything could happen at that point. Okay, into the next draft, the pre-ban stayed the same, as expected, and then Marsen first picks the Light Ray. So take away a little bit of that sustain from Enlil. Enlil took Light Ray with his first pick, now the other way around. Again, he's sticking with the Jemire, and now he's going with a Lynette pick instead of the Layla. But he does pick a Light Mari, who's another new collab unit. Super high damage, hard to kill archer. So this is what I was talking about when you bring in a DPS like a Dark Lina. It doesn't have as much sustain, like the Mari has a lot of sustain. I see a lot of people in chat that were free to watch, available to watch, but not available to play. All these guys that told me, no, I'm busy, I can't play. You can watch though, I see, huh? I see you guys. Okay, the Layla does get taken by Marsen, so he probably has to ban the Jemire, which he did. And then Light Ray is a lot of sustain and protection, so he does ban that. Marsen also picked the Light Gory just to protect his Light Monkey from being counterpicked by the Gory. So now it's pretty free reign from the Monkey. So granted, Eleanor is very strong, as well as the Light Mari. I still favor Marsen here because the Light Monkey is free reign right now. But I'm glad that Enlil picked a lot of different units that you know, you don't normally see as much because the meta is usually pretty determined and everybody kind of fights over the same 5-6 units. But it's good to see him using some other stuff. But Like I said, that Light Monkey is free reigning, and Lenoa is down, as well as the Light Amelia is down, and then Lil's about to go down because Light Monkey is just Light Monkey, guys. What can I say? FNS, yeah, exactly, Hydra. That was one of my ahems, was FNS. Oh, I have to sleep early instead of participate. All right, nice Marsen 2-0, guys. That's 2 2-0s. I didn't expect 2-0s right off the jump, but listen, 2 2-0s is quite the feat. But that just kind of shows you, if you kind of take back and notice that who won the first 2 matches, it was kind of a lot of Light Monkey, huh? Light Monkey and Artemil are really, 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 really good. Really strong, so it's really not that easy to deal with. I mean, Enlil did do his part in picking counter picks to the monkey, but again, it just wasn't enough, right? Because if you pick one counter pick, so that's why it's a little tougher in Chronicles than, you know, even some of you guys might be familiar with Sky Arena. In Sky Arena, you get 1 ban, right? Or in tournament setting, you get a pre-ban, you get 1 game ban. In Chronicles, because there's a thing called self-banning, so you first ban your opponent's unit, then you ban one of your own, it gets awkward to counterpick, right? Everybody knows you can counterpick somebody, right? So let's say I pick a Light Monkey whose counters is Jamire and Light Gory, right? For example. If I pick a Light Monkey and you pick Jamire and Light Gory, and I self-ban my monkey, now you have 2 awkward units that don't counter anything, you know? So it's very hard to say, oh, I'm going to counterpick it, you know, I'm going to counterpick this, it's easy. But when that person could self-ban the unit you're counterpicking, you know, it makes it awkward. If you pick 1 counter, they could just ban it. If you pick 2 counters, they could self-ban their own unit, and then you're stuck with an awkward draft. So the pre-ban and self-ban makes it like it adds another layer of what's the word I'm looking for? A layer of like chess. You know what I mean? Like you're predicting your opponent's step. Are you going to ban my unit? Are you going to self-ban your unit? What are you going to do? You know, so you never know what's going to happen. If it works out in your favor, then you're a favorite. If it doesn't work out in your favor, then you're stuck with something awkward. We need Elko here. Listen, the invitation was open to everybody that I got my hands to reach to. If you didn't sign up, you better sign up next time. And don't forget, guys that are in chat, hang around. Continue watching, because again, there's a coupon code coming. And like I said, it's very good. I'm excited to put it in my own account. It's a lot more than full stream coupon codes. Yep, next match we have coming up also, guys. I think the players are almost ready. It's Elise from my guild and Leafyu from Advent. So Elise plays very, very, very off meta. You may not see Elise pick a single meta unit. You know, he uses weird archers, weird mages. He uses bombers. You know, he uses sleep meta, you know, almost like a Gani Hathor kind of thing. He does a lot of weird things. So it's fun to see. Whether he wins or not, nobody knows. Good luck to both guys. But it is interesting because he does pick different things. So you get to see probably not as much Artemil, Light Monkey, Camilla, things like that. So it should be fun to see. It is a Cleef versus Soletta matchup. Solettas are a little slippery, hard to grab onto. And obviously Cleefs are tanky, right? So we'll see. We'll see who gets the better of this one. But right now, so far, it's basically Toxic has advanced, as well as Marsen. I didn't expect the wind Soletta ban, but I did expect the Fire Cleef, because Fire Cleef does destroy HP, as well as provide heal block, and it's one of the better damaging Cleef colors. So we have a Layla first pick, and Leafyu responds with the Light Monkey. You know, as mentioned before, super strong and oppressive unit. Basically lands 1 root, he's just going to spam root you the entire fight. As well as a Celestia, who's a skill cooldown buffer. And Elise right away shows some gas with the Nephthys. and Samath pick. Jemire, of course, counters anytime anything is silenced. The Jemire will automatically use his skill 3, which is a big heal plus AoE cleanse. So that counters the Nephthys straight up. Leafyu continues to Light Ray. And here comes the Bomber and a Light Gory. Light Gory's there to counter the Monkey. We'll see. This is where the whole chess match happens, right? If I ban his Monkey, does he ban my Gory? If I don't ban his Monkey, does he ban my Gory? Okay, there we go. Jemire was definitely the ban. I already foresaw that. Because it renders the Nephthys and the Layla, which both silence useless. So now it's kind of the, okay, they banned each other. So he banned his Gory, he banned his Monkey. So they both lost the chess match. So we don't have much sustain on Elise side. We have a lot of sustain on Leafyu's side. So let's see how this unfolds. Let's see if Elise can burst down through the healing of the other side. Annabelle also counters silence. So Annabelle will full cleanse the first silence. There it is. You see the full cleanse just happen. Let's see if Elise has to keep the pressure on. Okay, there's Oblivion up, and Samantha's hurting. Samantha won't res, obviously, if the Oblivion stays on. It's got cleansed off. We have, for somehow, some way, that Layla's keeping his whole team healthy. Okay, Samantha's taking some heat. Off the Oblivion's up. He has to be careful here. Okay, Samantha goes down. So the Oblivion does pay off there. Let's see if Elise could turn this back around, but it's definitely looking heavily in favor for Leafyu. As Leafyu has the cooldown pusher with Celestia. And as you saw, he just ulted with Celestia. Whenever you ult with Celestia, you pretty much get like your full mana bar back. And all your teammates get all their skills back, so that's why you saw the cooldown resets on his side. And Celestia also has ult up again now, because Celestia pumps ult as well. And down goes the Nephthys, and this looks like all but over for Elise. Very well drafted Leafyu. He picked 2 units there to counter the silence, so even though Jemire was banned, the Annabelle was there to protect him through the silence. We have a celebrity in chat. Hello, Celebrity 4. Oh, we've been talking about the pre-bans. I guess Elise's favorite character hurt himself a little bit by putting it there. He put Tyrfing as his favorite character, and Leafyu has now pre-banned Tyrfing. And because the Eleanor pre-banned, the only really ultimate bar pusher is the Celestia, so Leafyu's probably going to lean towards the Celestia pick again. Let's see how Elise responds. I think Elise might go a little bit more sustaining, just to survive a little longer, but I don't know, because, again, Elise usually picks pretty aggressive, but like different kinds of aggression. There was a suggestion, guys, in chat that I should make this invitational that Light Ray is not allowed to be used because technically she's not on the pre-ban list, so you cannot pre-ban her yet. Because how Chronicles does it is when a new unit is released, until another unit comes out, I believe is how it works, that you cannot, it does not go onto the pre-ban availability. That's so if somebody summons a new unit, they could like say, oh, they can't say, oh, I never get to use it, you know? That's kind of their plan, but when units are kind of OP busted, like, it's a little rough. So they did say, you know, can I make an extra rule, like, just pre-ban Light Ray? Like, if Light Ray is not allowed to be used. And I didn't want to do that, because a lot of people do draft around their Light Rays. There are a lot of counters to Light Rays as well, it's just people don't really do that. But I didn't want to make it awkward for people, so I didn't want to do a guaranteed can't use Light Ray either side thing. Okay, so he's banned the Ashabel, which is a sleeper, and he's banned the Jemire, which counters the sleeper. So they kind of chest themselves. And Elise has a lot of gas because the Masha targets the highest attack, so it's probably going to chase down Leafyu automatically. And Assassins, as the Karambit, will also chase down the Summoner, and the Summoner is on Wind, and these are 2 fire units. So Leafyu needs to run for his life for a little while. You're going to see Leafyu running for his life a lot. I don't think Leafyu should be stopping. Leafyu stop. Leafyu dead. Leafyu has passive. And once the Archer and the Assassin wake up and go back on Leafyu, Leafyu might not survive much longer. Except the Karambit is stunned and provoked right now. Oh, he got the heal off. That's a very nice heal from Elise to keep the Karambit alive a little longer. Don't know if they can finish off Leafyu. Elise is stunned. Karambit's down. The Beast Rider's healed up. He's not sticking on the Leafyu. Okay, stunned again. Now Artemil is doing so much work and stunning all this damage, including Elise the Summoner himself. Artemil's passive is so crazy. I mean, Leafyu had like 9 different times he could have died, should have died. Oh, and he's actually dead this time. Elise ulted on top of him, so now it's a Summoner plus 2 monsters versus 3 monsters. So he did make a change, which is nice. You can still control your monsters even after your Summoner dies. So he's definitely not out of it because Celestia is very strong as well as Artemil, so he's definitely not out of it. They just released Unicorn artifacts, so the Light Unicorn, on top of having a really cheap provoke, also heals and strips immunity. Not that there's immunity to strip on this side, but yeah. Looks like monsters are too strong for Elise. It's a 1v3 situation. So these are the problems when you pick too much gas, guys. You pick a lot of gas, and then like, if the other team has a lot of sustain, you lose these like end fights also, you know? Because like, granted, he had no Summoner on his side, but he had a lot of sustain, and Elise's side had a Summoner with not much sustain, so at some point it gets to this where the monsters just overtake you. So it looks like this one's going to Leafyu in another 2-0. Definitely well fought, Elise, but congratulations, Leafyu, on advancing. And at least we'll see you on the next one. Seletta's owning the tournament. Buff Seletta. I've always said Seletta's very strong. I myself have actually been... It's happened twice where I got one shot by a Seletta, like from full health to 0. So I have a lot of respect for Selettas. I have a lot of respect towards Selettas. They could really mess you up with an ulti and a big skill 3 or something like that. They can really put the hurting on. So you do have to be careful with Selettas for sure. But again, that one, you know, goes to Elise a little bit because he didn't bring much sustain. Like, Layla's a great healer. Layla's a great counter gas healer because her artifact gives you a free heal right off the jump if anything drops below 50%. But after that, Layla's healing is kind of not it. You know what I mean? And him having the Light Unicorn, the Artemil, and the Celestia, all 3 units heal on Leafyu side. And as you guys can see, Selettas don't need a lot of help damage, especially when the other team doesn't pick much sustain. So Leafyu knew he just had to stay alive there. But Artemil was definitely MVP with the stuns on the DPS to keep Leafyu alive after his first death. And as well as the Light Unicorn having that 2 cost provoke was extremely important because after Leafyu went down the first time, Karambit and Masha were both pretty much provoked the entire fight or stunned. We have a Riv sighting. Hello, Riv. I thought you'd make an unretirement to come back for this, brother. And I guess the other players are ready. The next match is Astartes, who's one of my favorite players. He's not in my guild, but definitely one of my favorite players, you know, in the game. A lot of respect for the guy. Awesome player, great player, super strong. Plays from the heart, loves the game, plays all the time. And if I'm not mistaken, he's still overseas. So he plays with a lot of ping. But he's definitely a worthy adversary. He's very, very strong. We fought each other tons and tons and tons of times. Pretty much original Cleef. Still Cleef. Never jumped on the other hype trains and just he made Cleef work, you know? So good luck, Astartes. He'll be squaring off against Starter War. Starter War was always a very, very strong RTA player. He took a big break from RTA. Took like a little mini break from the game, I would guess even. But he's back. He's loving RTA. He's having a great time. He thought it was very funny because the guy on the ladder he struggles the most against is Astartes. So he thought it was kind of funny that he pulled Astartes in the first round because it was a random draw, guys. Which is why you see some matches are Guildie versus Guildie. But yeah, Astartes plays a lot of supports. He relies on his Cleef for a lot of his damage. And Starter War obviously has a Kina. Can't rely on Kina for a lot of damage. So Starter War picks a lot of damage in terms of monsters. So it's going to be a protection versus damage kind of game, I feel like. Bix is definitely very strong. Bix was around he would definitely be participating in this, and I like Bix in a lot of matchups. Okay, so knowing Astartes is going to go some kind of gas comp, the bans from Astartes is Pisama and Teshar. And then on Astartes' side, he's banning the Jemire and the Celestia. So we have a Light Monkey pick here. From Starter as the first pick, Astartes responds with the Cracker. He loves his Cracker and Light Ray. So a little bit of aggression, a little bit of sustain on Astartes' side. A lot more aggression so far on the Starter War side. As I mentioned before, Kina does need the help from the damage. And Astartes, you're going to see probably Cracker might be his only DPSer. He's picking Cracker and Annabelle just to armor break for his summoner, because Astartes, knows how to do enough damage with Cleave to win without additional help. Starter picks a little more protection for his team with the Rahul here. And seeing the triple melee on Astartes' side, Starter War goes with the Genos. Very strong pick. So he has Genos Monkey. So I foresee Starter War with this current draft. Starter War is going to be banning the Annabelle to keep it all melee, so everything's bunched together. Or maybe he'll ban the LeeMinHoe, I don't know. I still think Annabelle's probably the better ban. And from Astartes' side, he probably has to ban one of the Monkey or Genos, because it's going to hurt most likely the Monkey, because Astartes is on Water Weapon and Genos is a Fire unit. So I think it's going to be a Light Monkey ban. Okay, an Artemil ban. So Astartes is planning to try and take the heat. It's going to be a lot of heat. Astartes has to keep the Annabelle here. He's probably going to ban out his Jean, if I had to guess. Yep, there it is. The Jean ban, the Layla ban, and this is going to be a lot of damage coming from the Starter War side. Let's see if Cracker's self-revive and Astartes can sustain this. This is going to be a lot of heat here. Astartes, you can see he's coming in from the back. He's trying to stay away from the middle, but he already got rooted by the Monkey now. He walked in too early. And now the pain train is coming. Let's see if the sustain train can outlast the pain train. Okay, the Rahul is taking a lot of damage. Well, Genos is Rahul's down. Genos is still up. Genos is about to go down. Genos is down. And that's down to the Light Monkey. Light Monkey versus the world. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the Advent guys are prepared for the Light Monkey, so they all have all their counters set up for it. Again, the Annabelle cleanse is a big deal. Annabelle hasn't been used in 100 years, but at this point, with all the CC units and CC out there, Annabelle is pretty decently meta, even though it's never before seen. Annabelle hasn't been used probably in over a year, but very well done, Astartes. Light weapon ban. Dark weapon ban. A lot of people ban Kina Dark because Kina Dark can revive. So if you revive at the right time, it's very oppressive. So the issue with letting Red Kina through is Red Kina has attack buff, and attack buff is also extremely strong to give to your monsters. Yeah, I mean, Annabelle's always been a strong unit, it's just that it just kind of fell out of meta. I mean, armor breaks, it heals, it cleanses. I mean, what else do you really want from your supports, you know what I mean? But I always felt like Annabelle was a little bit on the squishy side, was Annabelle's downfall. So even if you ruin Annabelle really well, like, she's not all that tanky. So, like, if you really focus in the damage, you can kill an Annabelle. But against some unit like a Kina, where you're not getting a lot of damage from the summoner, I feel like you can get away with it a little bit. This is probably as aggressive as I've ever seen a Astartes pick. He's got the Dark Asuka as the assassin, and a Cracker. And of course the Annabelle to protect the whole Light Monkey situation. You'd probably see Jemire as the counter instead of Light Monkey. But since Jemire is pre-banned, Annabelle seems like Astartes' backup. Light level 90 Annabelle OP, I mean, to be honest, like, the stats aren't all that different from 90 to 100. So, like, it's not that big of a deal, like, if you was level 100 Annabelle, it might survive, like, one more auto attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so minimal, the difference. Although the materials they charged us to get those extra 10 levels is a little bit ridiculous, it doesn't really give you all that much more stat. Being really brave here by self-banning the Rahul. The green archer does counter Kraka, however, I don't know what the Annabelle cleanses, and I don't know if that archer could survive the damage coming in from Astartes. Astartes is trying to run straight to the archer. Well, the archer is already running straight to Astartes. The archer is locked on Astartes. The archer won't get off Astartes, and Astartes is dead. That's the problem with the archers, guys. If you get close to them, sometimes they'll pick you, and if they pick you, their range is so long that if you don't have a provoke or something like that, it's very likely going to stick onto you. And then once it sticks, like, their damage just ramps up and up and up and up and up. So that's kind of what you saw happen there. Astartes got, right away the archer targeted him, because as a cleave he started in the front and the archer wouldn't let go. Astartes tried to run to the back there, but the archer just kept on shooting. So archers are really good if you can keep them from dying, but, you know, they're a little hard to keep alive. And then obviously if you build them tankier, they're still hard to keep alive, but their damage is reduced heavily, right? So it's kind of like you pick your poison there. Ardella eats, says Riv. All right, starting with the light monkey first pick. Astartes responds with the same Kraka Ray. It's been the same starter picks, it seems like. Astartes going with the Artemil Layla. Layla's very strong when there's a Jemaya pre-ban. Again, you're probably going to see the Annabelle here again. Because Annabelle does kind of counter the monkey and the Layla, but it's hard to counter both, so it's still a little awkward for Astartes here. Astartes does see the two melee, so he goes in with the Genos. It's the first match that's gone 1-1. Or in my pool terms, apparently I thought this is only a pool term, so let me know if anybody in chat recognizes this term, because they all make fun of me for using this. I'm a pool player. It's called hill-hill, when both the guys are on the hill. When both guys need one game to win, it's called hill-hill. If you guys never heard of it, then continue to make fun of me like everybody else does. But I call it hill-hill, so it's hill-hill, guys. So good luck, guys. There's the Annabelle pick. We have the Ardella ban. Astartes doesn't want to tank that turret anymore. And the Layla ban. So we got double sustain plus monkey on one side. We have the Genos plus Annabelle and Lima. So again, it's one threat, two sustains, one threat, two sustains, but there's definitely a lot of cleanses on the Astartes side. So this may favor him. We'll see. The Genos went down because he targeted something really bad with the Genos. And the Genos only shot one unit. So this is looking like Starda has the edge here, but it's still anybody's game because Starda's team is super debuffed. He needs to spam a lot of Artemil Qs right now to cleanse all that stuff off. That is a lot of debuffs, but once those armor breaks fall off, he should be okay. But he needs to start healing more with Artemil. Maybe. Okay, you got Monkey. Oh, Monkey almost got the E off, but he got stunned. There's the Monkey AoE. There it is. Let's see what it does. Not all that much, because of the Annabelle cleanse. Happened at the same exact time. Again, guys, there's a lot of cleanse on Astartes' side, and there's still an armor break from Annabelle. So Astartes is not out of it by any means. But Artemil Monkey, guys, is a very strong combo, guys. There it is, the Monkey ult. As you saw, just one-shot the Lima pretty much. And Astartes concedes. Congratulations, Star War, coming back from 1-0. Or 0-1. And, yeah, it was a great match, guys. Fun to watch. Congratulations, guys, both of you. That was a great fight. But Astartes will be advancing to the quarterfinals. And Astartes, I definitely hope to see you out in the field. And definitely hope to see you in the next one. Definitely one of the more formidable opponents. That was probably, in terms of strength, probably the best first-round match so far. Alright, so the left side of the bracket has been completed, guys. So now we're working on the right side of the bracket. We'll be starting with NuTkaZe versus Lopi, followed by CoffeeJelly and the NightRose, Spacebar and Day 77, then Takoda versus LeeMinHoe. Okay, I just got the heads up that NuTkaZe and Lopi are not ready. So instead of having everybody sit here and do nothing, we're going to jump into CoffeeJelly and NightRose first, guys. So we're taking a little skip. We're skipping a little step. And And we'll be doing CoffeeJelly versus NightRose, where they're both from Advent. So it's a little self-sabotage, guild on guild crime. But they're both very, very, very formidable opponents as well. This should be a very good match. I play against both these guys probably the most out of anybody outside my guild. I probably fight these two guys the most, and both very, very strong players. CoffeeJelly's Orbia, NightRose plays the Heath. He is the first Heath to one-shot me. Account-wise, I'm probably the strongest Orbia on the server, and he gave me a nice awakening to what Heath does. He's the first one to let me recognize that Heath could one-shot. So NightRose is a very, 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 very strong player. I think, can't be confirmed, but I think NightRose may be a girl. So if I say he and you're a girl, I'm sorry. And if I say she and you're a guy, I'm also sorry. But I've never interacted with you verbally, so I'm not sure. So for now, you're a NightRose. We'll just call you a NightRose. Let's get into the draft here. We have an Isis pre-ban, as well as the Light Monkey from Coffee. On NightRose's side, we have a Celestia Eleanor. So NightRose doesn't want to deal with any of the attack bar / ulti pumpers. And CoffeeJelly does not want to deal with the aforementioned OP Light Monkey King. Okay, so we have, again, the same top couple picks always going to be contested for the most part, guys. The Light Ray, the Artemils, the Light Monkeys, the Jean. Things like that are always going to be tested. Layla apparently is being used a lot today. Layla is definitely meta, but you don't see her as much as the other ones. But today she's there. And that allows CoffeeJelly and Camilla. So CoffeeJelly has all three of the super sustain units and the Akasha, who's a super single target sustain. So this is going to be a long fight, I imagine, unless there's a one shot that happens. But this is support, full support versus full support. Although I do favor CoffeeJelly here because CoffeeJelly has the Light Ray, the Artemil, and the Camilla, which are three very, very damage reduction units. Versus NightRose has a lot of sustain, but not much damage reduction. But the saving grace is that Heath has invisibility every time he rolls, so he cannot be targeted whenever he rolls. So he could also evade a lot of the CoffeeJelly damage, but CoffeeJelly is an Orbia, and all skills are pretty much AoE. So NightRose has to be careful not to stand close to his unit, because if he stands close to his unit, even though CoffeeJelly's targeting Jean, for example, NightRose will take a lot of the debuffs and the damage as well. Let's get into it. NightRose already using his little invisibility tactics, chasing down CoffeeJelly. CoffeeJelly may have to run a little bit, but he does have very cheap life-saving skills. The aerial skill is a full heal, full cleanse, 3 mana cost. The Akasha is a full heal, full cleanse, and invincibility at 3 mana cost as well. So this is very hard for NightRose to burst through. NightRose has to find like a perfect window. NightRose is saving his mana, it looks like, to try and find that perfect window, but this is I think it's a little uphill battle for NightRose, but again, like I said, Heats could one-shot people, so be careful, CoffeeJelly. Be careful. CoffeeJelly is taking a lot of damage, a lot of pressure from the NightRose. The NightRose is invisible, so he can't return the damage back. So got a little hairy there for CoffeeJelly, but CoffeeJelly is really healthy on mana. NightRose did use all his mana for that big burst. CoffeeJelly sitting on full mana, full HP, full everything. So like I said, almost one-shot CoffeeJelly, guys. You guys can see Heath has that one-shot potential, so Coffee does have to be careful. Coffee did switch to Fire Weapon, which allows him to strip and armor break now. But in response, NightRose has switched to Water, which counters the fire. So NightRose will be doing a lot of damage to the Orbia. Orbia ulti almost takes down the Jean. Jean puts Vince up, and now Fran should be able to heal the Jean back up. And CoffeeJelly's side is completely healthy because there's no damage going on, because NightRose is only chasing CoffeeJelly, so none of the monsters are being touched except by other supports, so there's not much damage intake. CoffeeJelly is extremely debuffed up with the full cleanse. Akasha, like I said before, has got him back to safety. This is going to be a long fight, guys. We're 2 minutes in, and we're still here. Everything's completely reset. The fight just started. Everybody's full cleansed, full healed, full healthy. NightRose and Coffee are both on full mana. And then NightRose is going to have to save up his mana like that again and try and get one big burst when there was a little gap in the invincibility. I think NightRose might be wasting a little time, though, chasing CoffeeJelly too much. But the benefit to chasing CoffeeJelly as a mage that Orbia is, you can't do damage while you're moving. So NightRose's side is staying very healthy because CoffeeJelly can't even stop to attack right now. CoffeeJelly is literally just running in circles, as you can see. Because the minute he stops, he's going to take the heat. But if he doesn't stop, he can't provide any heat. So I'm not really sure what CoffeeJelly's window is here, besides running for his life. NightRose is doing a really good job of keeping CoffeeJelly on the run, so he's not taking any, he or she's not taking any damage. But there's an Orbia ult over the middle. Did catch the heat as well, but not enough damage, too much sustain on the other side because he responded instantly with the invincibility. Well, I mean, it's very hard to drop HP bars because you have double invincibility on one side, and on the other side you have 2-3 cost healers. So it's like there's really not much damage that can even get through. But believe me, they're doing a ton of damage if it goes through, guys. Let's see what we got here. Might be a little window here. There's a little window. As time goes down, guys, the healing does get reduced. So those full heals I was talking with the Ariel and the Akasha aren't as full anymore. And Ariel, oh, and CoffeeJelly went down. As I was saying, once the healing starts going down, it'd probably favor the person that could do the damage, which is NightRose, because, again, CoffeeJelly can't even stop. If Coffee stops, he's done. That was a lot of healers versus a lot of heals, which is why it took like 4 minutes, guys. Yeah, Heat being able to go invisible is a huge, huge advantage, you know? And he does get that speed up too when he goes invisible, so like it's very hard to run away from Heath, is the issue. The draft looks pretty similar to before. It looks like going to be one of those sustain versus sustain battles, but NightRose did take away the light ray this time. But in response, CoffeeJelly does steal away the gene. Early-ish Juno pick. I guess Juno does somewhat counter the Dark Heath. Okay, we have a Jaeger this time. So the Jaeger pick, Jaeger gets steroid mode whenever something in your team dies. Only thing I foresee dying on CoffeeJelly's side is CoffeeJelly. So I'm assuming hopefully the Jaeger gets through, and if CoffeeJelly does go down, maybe Coffee could respond by one-shotting NightRose in return. I can confirm that I have one-shot NightRose with Jaeger before. So we'll see if his Jaeger is built the same as mine. And we'll see if it gets through and there's that opportunity. But I still favor NightRose in this one because CoffeeJelly seems like he's having a little trouble responding to NightRose being invisible and just chasing him down the entire time. It's a little awkward as Orbia. You have to find your slots, find your windows to actually stop, fire off your skills, and start running like hell again, you know? There goes again. Heath is already invisible, stunned CoffeeJelly. Now he's backing off. Now he's probably going to go back onto CoffeeJelly. He goes. Nope. Switching to the Juno, looks like. Nope. Back on CoffeeJelly. That was a misclick. In the meantime, CoffeeJelly's just trying to keep that Jaeger alive, which is getting real hairy. Real hairy. Real hairy. He just spammed 3 Qs there, 3 aerial single target heals to keep that Jaeger alive. But if Jaeger could live until ulti, if you... Oh, Jaeger's down. But if Jaeger stay alive until ulti, if you ulti with Jaeger, he does get that steroid mode as well. But now with Jaeger down and CoffeeJelly sleeping on the job, I don't think CoffeeJelly's gonna have much chance to come back from this. It is a lot of healing with Ariel and Juno, but again, CoffeeJelly can't really stop is the issue because NightRose is back on him. Yeah, CoffeeJelly's just getting run down here by the Heath. Heath is a little low, but healed to full just now. And there's the CoffeeJelly's going down. Well played, NightRose. Well played, CoffeeJelly. I feel your pain, Coffee. I'm an Orbi as well. I've seen that movie before where you just can't stop. I feel your pain, sir, but well played by NightRose to kill the Jaeger first. And yeah, he brought a lot of damage to the Jaeger because, well, NightRose is on Dark Weapon, so he gets a little bonus against the Jaeger as well. And on top of that, NightRose also had this sustain to be able to go in on the Jaeger, and it took so much from CoffeeJelly. CoffeeJelly used the entire 10 mana bar to keep that Jaeger up, and then once the mana was down to 0, the Jaeger just dropped back down like a fly. So very well played, guys and gals, I guess. And we go on to the next match. I don't know if NuTkaZe and Lopi are ready yet. NuTkaZe, yeah, NuTkaZe, yeah. Okay, so we have Nut, who is the guild leader of Advent. Very good Orbia as well. Versus Lopi, who plays Cleef. So it's Orbia versus Cleef. Lopi is also from my guild. Lopi is more of a PvE guy. He's not so much of an RTA guy, but we'll see how he does. He's much more of the dungeon timers kind of player. But this will be a tough matchup for Lopi, but we'll see how he does, because NuTkaZe is a very good player. He's been a very good player for a long time. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I have to give the edge to NuTkaZe, especially because Lopi's not much of a PvPer. But Lopi is one of those accounts that got pretty lucky with units as well, so he has a lot of pretty cool LBs, so we'll see. Lopi kid off World Boss. Exactly, Lopi's a very, very big PvE guy. We have a fire weapon ban on the Cleef, and we have a dark weapon ban on the Orbia. Cleefs will frequently ban dark weapon on Orbia because Orbia slows the Cleef, and you know, Cleef relies on being in melee range to do things, so being slowed is not very helpful. Okay, we have a Kraka Layla on one side, we have the Artemil Celestia, and third pick for Nut will be... I mean, Lopi's account is definitely strong enough to be a high-ranked player for sure, but it's just PvP is not really his thing. Okay, we have a Karambit because it's a green Orbia. So we'll see if Karambit could do some work, but Nut just has to pick a little bit of protection and just run for a couple seconds in the beginning, and then Nut should be fine to sustain through a Karambit. You have a Ragdoll pick into a Zeratul, so we're going double Assassin here. So both the Assassins are coded to target mages and archers, and since Orbia is a mage and there's no other mage or archer on the field, they're going to both chase after NuTkaZe. So we'll see. Oh, he banned one of them. He banned the Zeratul. So I think we're probably going to maybe a Layla ban and go all gas, or a Kraka ban. Yeah, Kraka ban, okay. And it is Light Monkey versus 3 melee, so Lopi does have a chance here. Depending on how good the monkey's built. He has a chance here for sure. Okay, got the Summoner. The Cleef and the Karambit are chasing Nut. Nut's going to run around until Nut gets a spot to heal, like right now. Nut's going to stop after he gets the heal. He's going to try and turn the damage back on. We'll see. The monkey is going off right now. Once Nut stops, a lot of damage is going to come out of NuTkaZe. You saw right there, he almost bursted down the Layla just for stopping one time. NuTkaZe did switch to water, so he takes less damage from the Karambit now. Plus has a chance to freeze him. Gambit's taking a lot of damage. Gambit's taking a lot of damage. Should have a Death Denial artifact. Gambit goes down. Now it's a Light Monkey kind of thing, rest of the world. Nut is very good at at staying alive, I could say. You know, he was always one of the, even though like the burst the Orbia metas, he's always been the one that's a little harder to burst because he is good at kiting and staying alive and stopping when it's the right time to stop. He does have the monkey silence, but the monkey's gonna ult once the silence is over. Monkey's rooted and stunned. Nut's doing a really good job of fully CCing the monkey, and he goes down. Very well played by NuTkaZe. The monkey did have ult up, but because it was fully CC'd and fully CC'd and controlled, he couldn't use it. So that was a very good job of Nut keeping the monkey at bay. It's very hard to assassin NuTkaZe. He's very good at kiting, actually. Let's see how Lopi responds. I'm not sure he'll go double assassin route again, but we'll see. NuTkaZe was careful, knowing that Lopi has a very strong Tear Fang, and that's been pre-banned. Okay, Ragdoll Layla. I think Lopi needs to pick something like a light gory kind of situation. We've got Dark Asuka is another new collab unit. Assassin as well. I think if it was me, I'd be picking like a light gory, trying to counter, or Jamire, trying to counter that monkey a little bit. Because I feel like you have to ban Celestia in this kind of draft if you don't ban Celestia. So this is the awkward part. If Lopi's paying attention, this Josephine actually counters his own Celestia. So he probably shouldn't be banning Celestia here. But he definitely should not self-ban his Juno. But now that he's banned Celestia, he might have to ban his Juno because Nut might actually keep Josephine now. But if there was a Celestia and Josephine on Nut's side, he would probably ban the Josephine out. So that was a little, yeah, so he had to ban Juno now because he banned the Celestia. So it was a good ban from Lopi, responding to the bad ban from Lopi, I guess. Let's see what happens. Josephine Ragdoll interaction. There's a whole lot of nothing going on right now because of the amount of sustains on both sides. In that case, his whole team is silenced and provoked. Silence should be dropping soon. Let's see if Ragdoll can reapply the silence or Layla can reapply the silence. The problem is once the Durandal is not silenced anymore, he'll put immunity up because everybody's full HP bar. And then the silences won't go through anymore, so that's the struggle for Lopi's side. So Nut just has to sustain high enough that Durandal could put up some immunity and it'll stop all the silence nonsense. But NuTkaZe is taking a lot of pressure. See if you can get that shield to drop. If he gets that shield to drop, you might have a chance to kill Nut here. Nut has ulti though. This is probably his one chance to keep Nut silenced. Because once Nut ultis here, it's probably pretty painful. Orbia does rely a lot on the ulti to burst a lot of damage because there's AoE damage. There's the ulti. You see Layla drops to 20%. See if you can sustain back through this. Lopi does seem like he sustained back through it. NuTkaZe is slept by the Layla. Okay, he's now awakened. Let's see if we can keep the silences going. He might have to put the silence up before Durandal heals. Oh, he does get the silence up before the Durandal. Lopi does want to go on NuTkaZe, but he's provoked at the moment. And now NuTkaZe is sleeping, so Lopi definitely won't be going on it. sleep in this game takes five hits to wake up. I don't know if Lopi needs to stay on light weapon here because he already has 2 silences on his team. But I guess the chain silence is kind of working in his favor. Nothing's died yet, at least. We're past the halfway mark in this match at 2:20 now, time left. Obviously, if you guys don't know, if time runs out, the higher HP pool wins. So there's no draws, but the Layla does go down. This is heavily in favor of NuTkaZe now. There's the ulti. Ragdoll's probably going to take a lot of damage here. Ray does keep the line being. Ray does have the hug on him. There's a lot of damage coming from Nut side because this is the problem. Like when you saw the previous match, when NightRose kept the pressure on CoffeeJelly, CoffeeJelly couldn't really put the damage out. But if Orbi is free to cast, it's a lot of damage. So the reason why you see damage is cooled off right now is Lopi's chasing Nut, so Nut can't stop. But at this point, Nut being up a unit and Lopi's team being really destroyed on HP, Nut could just run around and his team could kind of finish the job. So there's no pressure here for NuTkaZe really besides just to run around and stay alive. And that's game over. Congrats 2-0 to NuTkaZe. Very well played, Nut. Standing strong for us Orbias out there. Thank you. Let's see the first Orbia to advance. He's the first Orbia to advance to the quarterfinals. So congrats Nut on that. Okay. I mean, like again, as you saw, like I told you, you know, Nut is very good at staying alive, so granted that double assassin or double gas chasing the summoner works out against a lot of Orbias. Nut is probably, based on my experience, the one that's hardest to gas like that. And I've caught him once or twice, you know what I mean? But like, he's very good at staying alive long enough to get the heals and then able to sustain out of it and find his windows to pump down the assassins. Because like I said, you know, the assassins, they put out a lot of pressure, but because they do that, they take a lot of pressure as well. So it's very hard to keep your assassins alive. Also, when you pick an assassin, you're also down a healer. So the assassins, you know, as much damage they do, they take just as much in return. Okay, we have a match here against coming up against Spacebar and Day 777. They're both Advent players. It's going to be a Soletta. And Day's a Cleef, of course. Day's been a Cleef for a very long time. Day is another guy I highly respect. I played with him for a long time. We played against each other for a long time. He's very strong. Does play a little different than some people. You know, Spacebar has slowly kind of climbed his way into the conversation as well. Spacebar has actually become pretty strong as well. So this should be a very good match. Again, this is some guild on guild violence, guild on guild crime. So good luck to both of you. We have a Layla and a Shihao band. And we have a Fran and a Lima band on the other side. Wind Soletta band and Light Cleef band. So no silences from Day's side. Day's going with the water weapon as well, which is the lowest damage dealing weapon from a Cleef side. But he has a chance to freeze anything that hits him. So water weapon has its perks. The water weapon also has the shortest cooldown on the skill 3, which is the AoE provoke. So he gets to provoke a lot so he can keep his units peeled. So Day picked Elinoa and Josephine. Josephine kind of does counter his Elinoa a little bit, but you could avoid that counter. I'm not sure the reason for the Josephine pick in general. Maybe to not get Josephine. So I think Day's going to ban his own Josephine here. I don't really see the use of Josephine in this situation. There is 3 melee units, so Genos does have some use here. Yeah, I don't really see the Josephine here. I don't really see the... I mean, it counted Celestia a little bit. I mean, a lot of it. It counted Celestia, I guess. I guess that's the reason. Oh, it was picked after. Okay, I'm backwards. I'm looking at it backwards. That makes sense. So LeeMinHoe and Celestia banned. The 2 pumpers are banned. So now for sure, Day's banning his Josephine because it no longer has a purpose. So Day will probably ban the beta. If I was Day, I'd probably ban the beta and let the Genos run through onto the triple melee. Because the Jamire does counter the monkey on Spacebar side. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what he did. So Genos versus monkey here is pretty much what it comes down to. Let's see who does better, except the Genos has 3 melee units to work with. Okay, there they go. Genos. Oh, no, he switched to Genos a little early. He went back off. That's good. He needs to go back on Genos now. And the Soletta is just free reigning is the problem right now. The Soletta is not being pressured at all. So it's just standing in the back free gassing. So if any armor break happens to land, Day 7 might take a lot of heat here. But Day 7's doing a pretty good job sustaining. Obviously, the Jamire countering the Light Monkey is helping him sustain a lot. Day is out of mana. Spacebar is also out of mana, and everything's full HP. So looks like we have to wait till round 2 to see anything happen here. Okay, the Genos does go off there. He does have mana for more Genos. There it goes. Light Monkey's down. Day looks like he's in a comfortable spot now. There's an ulti from Spacebar, so we can time this out with an armor break. No, he just wasted it into invincibility, so that was a wasted ult. Nothing. So Spacebar's probably toasted now for wasting that ult. Yeah, I don't like Spacebar's chances now. Unless somebody can figure out a way to kill the Genos. He switched to water weapon to try and kill the Genos, but not looking good. Genos is still on his tear. And that is a concede from Spacebar. Well played, Day. Alright, let's see how Spacebar responds. Gotta be a little careful picking so much melee, because units like Light Monkey and Genos become very, very oppressive in those situations. I do a lot of that myself. When the team goes heavy melee, I venture and I lean off into some melee AoE damage units. Okay, LeeMinHoe on one side, Celestia on the other. Chances are it's probably going to be the bans, guys, because those are both cooldown reducers. And they also pump your ultimate bar. So they're very, very oppressive to deal with. So they're probably going to be taking the bans. Day again has the Jamire to counter the Light Monkey. There is a Pisama, so Spacebar is leaning towards the gas route. Also trying to dissuade Day from using the Genos because there's only 2 melee units. Plus Pisama does a lot of damage to Genos. And now Day's draft is leaning towards an Elsharion, who is for sure the best PvE unit in the game. We'll see how that transpires on the PvP side. Obviously, it's very strong, but again, archers are very hard to keep alive, and Day does not have any kind of low mana cost heal. So Spacebar probably won't ban the Elsharion. He's probably going to ban the LeeMinHoe, and if Day keeps his Elsharion in, it's very likely that Spacebar will just chase down and kill the Elsharion. And he'll probably kill it pretty quick too, if I had to imagine. So Day opts to ban the Gene, which takes away a lot of Spacebar sustain. So I think Day's going to ban the Elsharion and just go straight sustain battle. Because now there's only 1 healer on Spacebar side. And there's 3 healers on the Day side. So I'm leading the favorite to be Day here. Although there is a Celestia Light Monkey, so you never know. But I do favor Day here. As long as Day can find a way to stay out of the monkey AoE. Which it doesn't look like he's trying to do. But he does have Invince. So it didn't go through the monkey AoE. Yeah, I still favor Day here. I mean, a lot of times sustain versus damage, sustain comes out on top. Although Jamire's going down like a heap of bricks. Jamire going down, Jamire down. Oh boy, Spacebar has a chance here if he could sustain his team up. He's going to use the Light Monkey ult here. He's leaning in Spacebar's favor right now. He still has the crack on the first life, I believe. And Celestia just constantly using the E's to pump the ultimate. There's still a lot of sustain on Day's side, but not much offensive pressure. That's outside of the summoner himself. So this is definitely looking in favor of Spacebar because he's sustaining well with having only one healer. So I definitely give the advantage to Spacebar here. Oh, we'll see. That Cleef ulti just did a ton of damage, though. It dropped Cracker's first life. Light Monkey's about to go down. If he kills Light Monkey here, Day 7 wins this game. Let's see if he can kill Light Monkey before another one of his units drop. If he does, the game's over. Light Monkey hanging on by a thread, but it's heal blocked, so it's not going to live much longer. Light Monkey does go down. And now the edge goes to the sustain side because the big damage is out. E7 looks like he's going to clean this up, guys. Very well fought by Spacebar, though. Definitely gave himself an opportunity there, but he couldn't make a kill on all those really tanky units, as well as the tanky Cleef as well. And it came down to getting out-sustained at this point. Day should probably get off that green weapon, though, but it doesn't matter. The fight's already over. 2-0 to Day. Very well played, Day. And I think that leaves us down to one more first-round fight, right? One more first-round match. And that is LeeMinHoe versus Takoda. Okay. I think actually LeeMinHoe is not ready yet, so we're trying to get the players ready. Don't want to start before they're ready. So just to recap that match a little bit, again, I favored Day 7-7 because of the out-sustaining. You know, Spacebar had a window to make a kill and needed to make another kill quickly. And after he couldn't make that second kill, it was only a matter of time. He went on the Fire Cleave, put up the Unrecoverable, and then that was pretty much it for the monkey. But it was a very well-fought match. Spacebar did a great job adjusting from the first round loss, or the first match loss, to try and give himself an opportunity. And he did give himself an opportunity, but again, 3 tanky units and stuff. And just remember, guys. All right, we're just okay. So not to rush LeeMinHoe because he's not fully ready, guys. We're probably gonna cut it to break real quick, and we come back from break, I believe. They're gonna drop the coupon code. So, be ready for it. And I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Welcome back, guys. Hope you guys had a nice little break. I had my nice little break. Just scarfed down some food real quick. Hopefully nothing stuck in my teeth, but we're back. I believe LeeMinHoe and excuse me, LeeMinHoe and Takoda are ready, but we're gonna do the as promised coupon code, guys. So get ready to type it in. It should be popping up on your screen any second now, and there is the code. It is Whycuzimag, SW for Summoner's War, CH for Chronicles, 08. I told you the scroll's really good. I'm excited to put it in my own account. Get 1,000 crystals, 3 wind scrolls, 3 fire scrolls, 3 water scrolls, 300 energy, and 200,000 crystals just for watching, guys. So, like I said, I think it's pretty good. I'm excited for the coupon code, so I hope you guys are as well. Make sure you guys put it in. And if you pull something good, send me a DM, and you're welcome ahead of time if you pull something good. All right, guys? You're welcome ahead of time. But I think LeeMinHoe and Takoda are ready. So you see the bracket so far. Anyway, it's Toxic as advanced. We'll be fighting Marsen in the next round. Leafyu versus Starter War. NuTkaZe versus NightRose. And Day 7-7 is waiting to see who his opponent will be. Whether it's Takoda or LeeMinHoe, we'll see who comes out on top. Another interesting match. Takoda was a former guildie of mine for a long time. Played Cleef, still plays Cleef. LeeMinHoe is one of those players, again, like I said, that plays a little bit off meta. He plays a little different. Uses some weird stuff, funky stuff, different stuff, other stuff. But the code doesn't work, call the police. If the code doesn't work, call the police. I'm going to try the code myself right now to see if it works for me. Let's see. Let's see. Coupon exchange. Whycuzimag, SWCH 08. Enter. It says does not exist. Is it working for anybody? Or, yep, the code's being repaired right now. It's under construction. Once the code is fixed and ready, we'll post it up again, guys. So hang tight. If it didn't work for you, don't worry. The code is under maintenance, but I think LeeMinHoe and Takoda are ready. So we'll check it out. They are under construction, guys. But let's get to this match. And the code came out a little too early because this was to come out after this match. So we'll see if the code's ready after this match. LeeMinHoe bans the water weapon on Takoda's side, and Takoda bans the dark weapon in response, because as I said before, Kina's dark weapon does have a chance, does allow you to revive a dead unit. So again, if you revive something at an oppressive time, it becomes very, very oppressive. We have a light raid first pick coming from LeeMinHoe, and Takoda responds with a Lima and Jean. So getting the invincibility ready for Takoda. Don't worry, guys. Hang tight. The code's being repaired. It's under maintenance right now. It'll be ready soon. Don't worry. You'll definitely get a code, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. And we have a light Mari from LeeMinHoe. And a Metaclone. But I can't tell which Metaclone it is. Is it an Atomic Samurai? Or is it a Genos? So I didn't give you a fake code. The code came out too early, bro. You got too excited. What's gonna make you stay more than giving you a fake code? That's how I keep you motivated. Compensation for this code and another code? I'll give you another code, but you have to use your credit card to get it, you know what I'm saying? Alright, the match is underway. Ragdoll Mari Light Ray. The other side have Lima, Jean, and Elinoa. Lima, Jean, and Elinoa means endless invincibility. So we'll see how LeeMinHoe plans to break through this. Endless invincibility, as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen. You're going to see that blue circle buff constantly. And that is endless invince. So this is kind of rough. Ragdoll is going down like a heap of bricks. He is silenced as well. Definitely gonna need some kind of extra sustain here to keep that Ragdoll alive. It's very hard. As you see, the health bars on Takoda's side are super healthy because, again, LeeMinHoe is spamming the cooldown reduction onto endless mints, and Takoda goes down. Takoda made the mistake, guys. The same mistake that was made earlier by Astartes, I believe. By getting the archer locked onto him, the archer did not let go of him. So even when he ran away, the archer continued to not let go of him. I got something in my teeth? That's not good. It's all right. Bro, Cloud Bay trying to troll me, bro? I got toothpicks, bro. You can't troll me. Jaeger and Nyx pre-bans again, and Arda and Jameyer. And then it's the fire weapon ban. And again, still the dark weapon ban. So Takoda goes with light for the silence. And LeeMinHoe goes with water for the water cleaner is typically what you pick if you're going to run some kind of assassins with fast attack speed, because it does an attack speed buff, or the archers again. So you might see some more archers from LeeMinHoe. Hopefully Takoda can find a way to not get locked onto by an archer, because if he does, his fate may be the same. Takoda taking the light ray this time, so LeeMinHoe responds with the Layla and Jean, taking the Jean away from Takoda. Takoda responds with a light monkey and a Fran. Light monkey's not going to be as formidable here because I think there's going to be a lot of range units from LeeMinHoe. As you can see, Jean's the only melee right now. He has Layla as a support and double archer as predicted. Takoda needs to find some archer counter or find a way to kill the archer fast, or they won't die bad. So Takoda responds with double assassin, which, as I mentioned earlier, will target. They are coded to target archers or mages. So both of those will likely target the light Mari because there's a light unit. If you triple Asuka, switch to Asuka. Okay, so that's a good ban, the Ashubel, because the Ashubel is a mage. So the coding supposedly assassins target mages over archers. So it technically would have targeted the Ashubel, which is a tanky Ashubel, I believe, and it also sleeps. So it's kind of like an assassin bait. So that was a force ban from Takoda. He did a good job at banning the light Mari here. So double assassins are going to be chasing down Ardella, but Layla will have that one heal when Ardella drops below 50%. So we'll see who kills what first. This kind of what it comes down to. There's a lot of aggression in this draft. There's not much sustain. It's all in from both sides. And we'll see who's all in is all-inner. It looks like the archer's up on top right now because one of the assassins is already down. And I think he needs to turn his focus onto that Dark Asuka. Dark Asuka goes down. It's pretty much GG. The Ardella is focused on the Ray and is doing a ton of damage to the Ray. The Ray never takes damage like this, and it is going down, and down goes the Ray. Ardella also counters the Ray because Light Ray does self-revive itself, but Ardella puts up anti-revive on the unit. So that unit had anti-revive and never came back. And very impressive 2-0 by LeeMinHoe. Well fought, Takoda. Maybe change your pre-bans to archers next time. LeeMinHoe, very well played. Very different play style. Turned out great, worked out good for you. And congrats to the quarterfinals. The next time you guys see the code on the screen, the code will be correct and ready to go. So just hang tight until that does come back up. And we're going to be jumping right in, I believe, to the quarterfinals because we took our break a little early because Leeman was not ready. Now that Leeman is ready and they finished their match, I don't think we're going to take another break. So we're going to be jumping into the basically Toxic versus Marsen. Guildie versus Guildie quarterfinal cry. So it'll be a Heath versus Akina. And yeah, I hope both players are ready, it looks like. And let's see. Let's see what happens. Marsen played really well. Basically, Toxic also played really well in terms of bringing the gas. So let's see if they continue their same drafting styles against each other. Because, you know, Toxic went super gas because he was fighting an Orbia. But now that he's fighting Akina, he might need a little bit of sustain. Toxic's pre-bans is Arda, Light Monkey. And Marsen's pre-ban is Gene Cracker. They ban each other's dark weapons. Toxic will probably go fire. As I mentioned, they bomb like crazy, the Heat. So you might see Toxic have a chance to one-shot Marsen. And Marsen goes water, which he was expecting Toxic to go fire so he can counter the element. And with that pick, I assume that Marsen's probably going to lean towards some archers or assassins even. Buff Cleef, buff Orbia, buff me. I like the buff me. I'm going to stick with the buff me comment. Archer Connoisseur? Is that a LeeMinHoe? Is LeeMinHoe the Archer Connoisseur? I mean, LeeMinHoe has been trying to archer me before archers were good, you know, so I guess he's finally getting his wish. He loves archers, that guy. No joke. Okay, well, Layla first pick into a response of a Light Ray Fran, and then Marsen in response goes with Camilla Beta. So Beta has a really good kit in this game. It revives, obviously, but Beta's weird thing is that Beta only has one heal. So it's an awkward kind of heal. So like that's why Beta's a little weirdish. But we have a Nyx and a Masha pick. Trying to keep the pressure onto Toxic because Masha will target the highest attack, which I assume at the moment is Toxic the summoner. And Nyx is an archer, and we already saw how archers are doing. Archers are pretty much close to undefeated today, so they're very interesting when picked at the right moments. So you may ban the Nyx here even, I feel like. Marsen will probably ban Eleanor, well, it's Eleanor and Celestia, so he's letting both of those two. So he's probably banning the Fran or the Light Ray here. I'm not really sure who Toxic's gonna ban. Maybe the Camilla. Okay, Masha. Okay, Toxic wants to keep the pressure off himself. And in response, Toxic will likely ban the Celestia because he has two healers already. So you can use Eleanor as the pumper. Let's see how it goes. The advantage of Heath having Eleanor is he can hide for a while and just pump. When ulti's up, he can probably just ulti and one-shot somebody. Okay, and Toxic just melted the Nyx instantly. However, the Beta did revive it. See, Toxic goes back, we can melt the Nyx again. Because if he doesn't melt the Nyx is going to start melting people. Okay, the Nyx is doing a lot of work. Nyx is destroying that Light Ray big time. Okay, Nyx does go down. There's a little cooldown before he can be revived again. So in this cooldown window, Toxic needs to find a way to either kill the summoner or kill the Beta, so it doesn't res the Nyx again. Because I believe if the Nyx gets resed again, it is going to be too much to kill unless Toxic does save and time it. Because Nyx is ready to be revived now. Toxic did use his ult there. He might have probably should have saved it for the Nyx res. Mars is not really paying attention. He's trying to get the free res from Beta. It's coming right now. Nyx is up. Let's see if Nyx can finish off that Ray or something before. Oh, nope. Instantly, Toxic blows the Nyx up again. And I think Marsen's conceding. Yep. So that's the thing. Like I said, whenever you pick an archer, like you have to find a way to make it kill something, which it almost did. It almost killed the Light Ray. But otherwise, they go down. Just like assassins, archers, and mages, they all do heaps and heaps of damage. But they also take heaps and heaps of damage. So basically Toxic knew that he had to kill the Nyx repeatedly because that was the major damage threat from his side. And he did a very good job of killing it before losing a unit of his own. So great job, Toxic. For those of you who are mobile players, I'd like to point out that Toxic is also a mobile player. He has never once played on a computer. So his thumbs have a lot of reps. his thumb biceps are strong, you know what I'm saying? So Toxic is the best mobile player that I've ever played with. We do have a couple mobile guys in Eclipse, but Toxic is definitely he's been the most impressive mobile player out of all of us. And he's not even like mobile where he has those like those ears you clip on the side of your phone to give you buttons like a joypad. He's literally like his thumbs block, you know, like 40% of his screen, you know what I'm saying? Basically Toxic is Toxic. Yeah, it's not bad. I like that one. Storyteller, huh? His thumbs got abs, that's right. Yeah, Toxic's going with a much more totally sustaining draft this time around. Only picks one pumper, so likely Marsen will probably ban the LNO, I assume. But he did let Toxic get the fire weapon again, which I'm not sure if it's not a mistake. Fire weapon is very, very, very tough to let Heath have. They're both top players. Storyteller. It's just Toxic doesn't play that much right now. RTA anyway, he plays everything else. He just doesn't do a lot of RTA now. But he's a very good RTA player, and like I said, he's a mobile player, so that's quite impressive because, you know, I have small thumbs for some reason. I was born with like short thumbs, but it still takes up too much space when I used to play on mobiles. When I first started playing Chronicles, I spent the first 3 months on mobile. And once I switched to PC, I was like, oh my goodness, how is that mobile possible, you know? But Toxic makes it real possible. Toxic going straight in, and to that beta needs to be better, you know what I'm saying? That beta just vanished, boys and girls. So he decided to kill the Reser first, just so he had to deal with the constant resurrections, because Beast Riders, of course, they dismount, and they had to kill them again, and if you res them, they come back mounted. So he knew the annoyance of having to deal with the resing Beast Riders. He decided to go on the beta first, and like I said, the beta needs to get better, because that thing got one shot. And that was the awkward part, as I mentioned before, on the beta as a unit. Beta only has one heal. So basically, he went in on the beta used his one heal, and the beta had no more heal and just got smoked. So that was really impressive. Toxic is, I guess he's in a rush today because he's planning to play on these 13-second matches all day. So hopefully Toxic's next opponent is ready for a 13-second match, because that's what Toxic's aiming for, it looks like. Very well played, Toxic. Again, well-drafted too, Marsen. You did make an adjustment to try and counteract what was happening. But, I mean, if you get one shot like that, you know, you can't do much. But that was what I said early in the stream, in the video. I told you guys that Fire Heat has a chance to one-shot anything. And you guys seen it multiple times now. So it's I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared of Fire Heat. I ban Fire Heat all the time, and even though Dark Heat is very strong, very oppressive, I still have to lean to ban Fire, because I feel like Dark Heat, I have a chance. Fire Heat, there's that, you know? So now we have the next match coming up. We get to see Leafyu back in action. Leafyu be taking on Starter War, I believe, so it'll be a Soletta versus Kina match. Everybody make a heat now, please. We need some heats in our guild. We have like 3 heats. Make more heats. Make more heats. I might make a heat if somebody helps me level mine to 100. You know, mine's like level 96 now. But I don't feel comfortable playing until he's 100, so no heat for me. But let's see, we got a Soletta versus Kina. Let's see if the Soletta or the Kina can make some noise while the whole crowd is heat drooling. Let's see if we can get some drool back to the Solettas and the Kinas of the world. Let's see what we got going. Jamire Celestia pre-bans. On the other side, we have a Light Monkey Cracker pre-ban. This is Advent versus Eclipse, so it's not guild on guild crime. Let's see what's cooking here. I tell you guys, man, I'm still very impressed with Toxic being a mobile player, man. Because I can't see half the stuff that's going on. My thumbs are in the way, and I have small thumbs. I was told Toxic's like 6'4", 350, and like 0% body fat. So he probably has like 7-inch thumbs, if I had to guess. So he probably has like no screen. So I think it's just muscle memory at this point. Okay, Leafyu does go with the Elinoa, taking away Elinoa from Starter, because Starter does like going Elinoa with the green weapon. Starter responds with the Light Ray, Light Paladin. It's a Leafyu's Artemiel, Durandal. And now Starter War is showing the Layla Jaeger. So, Jaeger, again, super strong and oppressive if you can keep it alive. So it's very key to keep that Jaeger alive here. Because like I said, any unit that does a lot of damage, you know, has this weird way of taking a lot of damage, right? So, granted, Jaeger does scale off HP, but you guys know through these games that a lot of HP and not a lot of defense doesn't mean a lot of HP. You know, effective HP is most important, so we'll see how well Starters is built. Starter does have really, really good runes, though. Starter takes a lot of pride and time to craft and spend on his runes. So we'll see if that Jaeger can survive. And we do have a Dark Asuka pick to chase down the Leafyu. So we'll see what Leafyu decides to ban here. We have a lot of Soletta / Leafyu fans, it seems like. And I'll be a Starter fan. He's in my guild. Starter. Let's go Starter. Of course, again, a lot of respect for both players. You know, I do fight them both on the regular, so good luck, gentlemen. We have an Elinoa ban and a Jaeger ban, okay. And then a Lima self ban with the Light Ray self ban. Okay, so Starter's gonna put all his eggs in the Asuka basket. Let's see how Asuka performs here. Asuka, of course, going straight for the Soletta, as they're coded to do. Leafyu needs to stop stopping. Asuka is taking the heat here a little bit. Okay, Asuka's healed to full. Asuka is not going on Leafyu, which is allowing Leafyu to go on Asuka. Asuka is stuck on the Arda. Starter needs to, yep. Oh my god, did you see what happened? Did you guys see that? The Asuka died, resurrected, and if you guys know how Dark Asuka works, she gets pretty much steroid mode. It's like an assassin Jaeger. When it dies and comes back to life, that Asuka just one-shot the Artemiel. And Artemiel is a very tanky unit. I mean, he'll do billet on damage, but it's still pretty tanky. And he legit just one-shot that Artemiel. So, Leafyu, your Artemiel needs some rune help. Oh, Asuka does go down, so Leafyu is not out of it. But we're gonna have a nice 47-minute battle here with double sustain versus double sustain. Nope. There's that Soletta ulti. One-shot the Layla. So now Starter War is fighting from behind. Starter War does have Dark Weapon. He does resurrect his whole team. Starter War's team is back up, and this is why people like to ban the Dark Weapon, because Dark Weapon is, when they drops that oppressive res at the good timing and you can't kill a thing back instantly, it's super tough. Asuka came back. It did kill the Fran, but now the Asuka's been dropped again by Leafyu. So there's a little bit of cooldown time. Also, Starter War's revive is not up yet. It will be up soon, but it doesn't wait. He goes to green weapon. So now be another 30 seconds before he can swap back to Dark Weapon to try and revive that Asuka. But Asuka is resable now, but again, there is a cooldown on Starter's weapon swap. So he has to wait to go back to Dark Weapon, and then he could resurrect that Asuka. And if that Asuka comes up again, that might be curtains for Leafyu. So Leafyu has this little bit of window, maybe about 5 seconds left before Starter can go dark. And then, like I said, it's probably curtains once Starter goes dark again. Okay, Starter does have ulti up. He's saving it to go dark. Here goes dark. Here comes the ult. Asuka is alive. Asuka's up. Oh, Asuka gets dropped instantly. Leafyu, well played, Leafyu, for killing that Asuka there. That was very well played. I think Starter should have just used the skill 3 revive and got off of Dark Weapon before he ulted, maybe, or ulted with the Asuka instead. But Starter just has to sustain for now, for a little longer, to wait for the res to come up again. Looks like about 15 seconds, 10 seconds left on his skill 3 cooldown to get the revive up. So starting to spam some heals, some invinces. And looks like Leafyu is just saving up a little bit here to pop the Asuka again when it comes up. Asuka's up. And Asuka is still up. And Asuka is still up. And Asuka is still up. And Leafyu is down. Very well played, guys, both of you. Valiant effort, Leafyu. I'm very surprised the Asuka one-shot the Artemil like that. But, Asuka is Asuka. Alright, nice win starter. We got round 2. Again, this time Leafyu switches to the dark weapon ban. Leafyu does not want to deal with that revive situation again, so Starter's probably going to lean towards the other draft. I think Starter's going to go with the Kraka. Light Ray, Camilla, something like that. Maybe Teshar, Samantha. Although he doesn't like to Teshar Samantha much, the higher elo. But let's see what he does. Okay, like I said, Samantha it is. But you can tell Starter's runes are really good. Like, he was able to sustain so well because Leafyu was, pushing out a lot of damage there. Probably to a Teshar now. And the last pick might be a Light Monkey, actually. Oh, Light Monkey's pre-banned, so it won't be Light Monkey. Starter's last pick. Okay, he's doing the Asuka. Sticking with the Asuka because he saw how it did ridiculous damage. Into the Rahul. Okay, so the Rahul's there to protect the Asuka or the Samantha, whichever one gets through. Because Rahul does a hug. So it protects them from taking the damage. If I was Leafyu, I'd probably ban Rahul here. Annabelle pick. Annabelle pick does counter the Layla. I'm not too worried about Annabelle here. Might be a little team coaching there, or taking some advice, or just watching what Astartes did with the Annabelle. Am I picking Annabelle there? That's the first 2 Annabelles I've seen picked in over a year. But Asuka does get the ban. Starter War will probably ban the Layla here, if I had to guess. Which doesn't leave himself a lot of healing, but he has a Kina, which heals. And Light Ray is pretty good, so healing-wise. Oh, he takes out his own Light Ray, that's fine. The issue is Annabelle's passive will cleanse the silence, so Layla's a little bit useless, but Layla Rahul will protect the Samantha. And Samantha, of course, does, insane amounts of damage, so we'll see how this pans out. But Samantha's already going off. Artemil's really hurting. Artemil's going to need some heals. But now on the other side, turned around. Starter War is hurting big time. Layla goes down. Rahul's going down. Rahul and Layla are down. Can Samantha turn this around? It's not looking likely. Samantha is stunned. And Starter concedes. Very well played, Leafyu. Maybe a little too much aggression from the Starter side. Now let's see how the hill battle turns out. Game 3, guys. Game 3. What did you miss? You missed everything. You missed the best coupon code in the world. You missed the whole first round of the fights. Now you're here just in time. It's time for quarterfinals, but this is it's 1-1 right now in this quarterfinal with Leafyu and Starter War. Again, the double dark ban. Illinois first pick, responded to by Artemil Jean, into a light unicorn, Eleanor, and light Ray pick. So Leafyu is going with super protection here so far. Started going right back into the Layla. Samantha again. if Leafyu goes another melee, I think Astartes dropping the Genos in here. Maybe. It is a melee, but it's a water melee, so we'll see. Okay, the Teshar. Okay, a light ray band and a Teshar band. I do like the Teshar band from Leafyu because I feel like Leafyu feels like he could deal with the Samath Layla like last game. So he's kind of giving Starter the same draft that Starter had, sort of, minus the Rahul. Because he was able to deal with it pretty handily. So I think he didn't know what the Teshar does yet, but everybody's Teshar kind of does the same thing. So he thinks he can handle the Pisama, plus he's also on Wind Weapon, which allows him to take less damage from the Samath. Let's see how this turns out, guys. Oh, big damage. Almost one shot to Samath. A lot of back and forth going on, a lot of damage getting sucked up by the invincibility from the Gene. So you see Leafyu doing a lot, but the Gene and Vince is eating it all up. Oh, Samath takes a ton of damage there. Opts to ult with the Samath, which does a ton of damage, but I probably would ult with Artemil, but the Annabelle is very low. If he can drop the Annabelle here, he's definitely favorite. Let's see if he can drop the Annabelle. Super, super low. Heals back up. Everything's sustained back up. Back to square one, boys and girls. There was a little bit of excitement for a second, but we're all back square. Let's see. I think he might have to ult with Artemil next time. I mean, there is not that much buffs, I guess, but Artemil ult is pretty oppressive as well. But if he can get the Annabelle or the Eleanor decently low before he ults again with Samath, it might take them down, but he has to keep the Samath alive as well. I believe Samath still has a second life. It's hard to tell because they just drop sometimes. You can't even see it because they're so squishy. But I think he's done a good job keeping it alive. I don't think it's died yet. So now it's just a matter of... it's very close. Star Wars is very close to ulti. One more skill, he has ulti up. And the Samath does die. So this may be a little awkward unless he gets a good opening here. This is looking heavily in favor of Leafyu at the moment, though. Without the Samath. I think Starter has to wait for a moment that Eleanor goes out of horse form and becomes much squishier in human form, like right now. He has to ult into that after stripping first with Arda. So I think he's gonna go for an Arda strip here. E strip. And then ulti. He's holding the ulti for a very long time. He doesn't have dark weapon, so there's no revive on this side. So it's literally just going to be a 3v4 from this point forward. Astartes taking a ton of damage. He needs to find a good strip with Arda and then ult with Arda and see if he can make a kill out of it. But that has to be when the horse is out of form, because the horse in horse form is definitely way too tanky. Annabelle is proven pretty strong today, guys. So take your Annabelles out of the bottom of the box and get her back on top. Definitely a strong counter pick for a lot of stuff going on. And, you know, any kind of summoner that gets an armor break is going to do some decent damage, so Annabelle does provide that armor break as well. Starter's holding ulti for a very long time, trying to find a good window to use it. There's a pretty good window, got decent damage on the Annabelle, but of course, too much sustain on that side. Got a stun on the Soletta here. Soletta broke free. Let's see, I mean, we need a lot of Artemil stuns here if Starter wants a chance to come back from this. healing is dropped to like nothing right now, so Artemir's going to go down because there's no more healing basically at this point. So it looks like it's Leafyu's game. And there it is. Starter concedes. Congrats, Leafyu. Well played, buddy. Well played, well played, well played. That was a little long, but quite exciting of a match. I think Starter did a really good job of keeping Pisama alive. It's definitely not easy to do, but Leafyu found a way to keep his whole team alive and persevere. So basically, yeah, I mean, again, it was a lot of, like I said, it's not easy to keep Samantha alive, and he was able to do it, and that does help to have an Artemil probably stunning a whole bunch of things, you know, helping you reduce the damage it takes, but he didn't keep it alive long enough, because, you know, healing does start going down, things like that, so when the Samantha died, like, that fight was pretty much Leafyu's to lose at that point. But I believe the next match, Nut or his opponent, either one, are not fully ready yet, so we're going to skip ahead to the last match of the quarterfinals first. So it'll be the LeeMinHoe match coming up, so we're probably going to see some archer action. Let's see if his opponent responds by pre-banning some archers. But we will have the fourth match of the quarterfinals coming up first, and then we'll go back to the third match. How's the show so far, guys? You guys enjoying the fights? Enjoying the battles? Yeah, talk to the boss, Hydra. Why is he slacking off, bro? Messing up the production. Messing up the production. Alright, so we have Day 7-7 versus LeeMinHoe. Cleef versus Kina. The archers have been taking advantage of Cleef's so far today. So, you know, in terms of account strength, it definitely leans towards Day. Experience probably leans towards Day as well. However, the archers seem like they're Cleef's daddy today. So let's see if that proves to stay true with this next match. Yep, the players are just getting their final moments ready, getting into the room. So as soon as they're ready, we'll be bringing that fight to you. But again, Day 7-7 on a Cleef versus LeeMinHoe on a Kina. And again, it's archers have been doing work. So maybe the match is starting a little delayed because Day's deciding what archers to pre-ban. Oh, he does pre-ban one archer. Atomic Samurai and Ardella pre-ban. And on the other side, we have Arda and Fran pre-ban from LeeMinHoe. Let's see how this pans out. LeeMinHoe, like I said earlier, he loves his archers, so I'm pretty sure he has every archer built. So I don't think losing the Ardella is going to be end-all be-all, but I feel like Day might take like a Ray and a Cracker early because there's no Ardella. So we'll see if LeeMinHoe responds by taking one of those away. But the archers, like you said, yeah, Hydra, the archers are feasting on Cleef today. Feasting. Like, feasting. There's the light ray like I predicted, obviously, but everybody can predict that because that's a good pick no matter what your draft is. But I feel like a Cracker might follow for Day if Leeman doesn't take the Cracker here. Because Ardella has the anti-revive kit, so it's okay to pick revivers now that Ardella is pre-banned. So we have the Light Amelia, which is a reviver with the Light Monkey. Okay, we have a Light Ardella, which is a Chris, in response to his Ardella being banned, and Ashubel. Oh no, that is an Ashubel, yes. And then to counter the Ashubel and Monkey, we have a Annabelle and Jemire pick from Day. Annabelle's getting a lot of love today. Too many people picking silences and sleeps. I do like the Layla pick a little bit here. This is problematic probably for Day because Genos doesn't really do much into that team. LeeMinHoe is probably going to ban Amelia or Light Monkey anyway. So I think Leemin might ban the he might ban the Layla here. Let the Genos run free. Okay, he bans the Light Ray, interesting. Day did see what the archers were doing, so he does opt to ban one of the archers. I think Leemin bans probably his Light Monkey here. Okay, he bans that, which is okay too, because that's countered by Jemire as well. I don't know. I think I favor Day a little bit here now, but we'll see how that Chris can survive. Chris is taking a ton of damage. Chris got healed up again. Amelia can revive it, so it's not like the end of Chris if Chris goes down. But Chris is definitely taking the heat right now. Chris does go down. Once Amelia is not silenced, Amelia could res it, but Amelia is dying in the silence. Amelia is dying, everything's dying, the whole team is died. And that's game one, folks. That's crazy. So Starter had a little situation where he couldn't ult. I was saying he wasn't ulting, but he actually couldn't ult. It was just bugged showing he had ult up. But it was actually one tick under the ult until he switched to green weapon towards the end there. He wasn't able to ult. That was crazy. But, you know, things happen. Well played, Starter. Let's see if LeeMinHoe can respond here. Again, Day 7-7 is a very, 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 very formidable opponent. So it's a pretty uphill climb for LeeMinHoe in terms of just raw account strength and experience, but we'll see how he pulls through. See if he can pull through. Justice for Kina. Okay, we have a Light Ray pick from LeeMinHoe this time, responded to by Elinoa and Jean pick from Day. So Elinoa and Jean together are really strong. That's basically endless invincibility if they both get through. So either you have to ban one of them, or the other option is to pick a stripper. Definitely gonna need a stripper if you're letting the Jean Elinoa through. There's a nice single target strip in the Shiho. Seeing that Day is on fire weapon, I think LeeMinHoe might be trying to just straight gas the summoner here, but cleaves aren't that easy to gas, so we'll see how that pans out. And there's a Tearfing pick. That was the first time we've seen Tearfing because it's been pre-banned by against all the other Tearfing owners. So we're going the assassin route. Kind of awkward because at this juncture the assassins are probably going to target Elinoa if it's let through, or Annabelle if it's let through, or Jemire, one of those, because there is no mage or archer on the field. The problem with picking assassins into Cleave is Cleave is pretty good at controlling and killing the assassins because he can provoke them first off, and secondly he does a ton of damage to them. We'll see how this pans out, but it's a lot of aggression. Light Monkey is banned, Tearfing is banned. LeeMinHoe is likely going to get rid of one of his healers because he doesn't really like playing the sustain game. He likes playing the quick matches. And Day having Elinoa with sustainers right now, I have to kind of give the advantage to Day. Although Elinoa does not really excel into gas. Alright, so LeeMinHoe does ban his Karambit, so LeeMinHoe is playing the longer game, but it looks like LeeMinHoe is going to go after the summoner here. Let's see. It's either that or the Annabelle, I imagine. But I think he's going after the summoner. Let's see if the Benny block, the strips from the Water Monkey can finish the job. There's the Benny block. There's the silence. Okay, got fully cleansed because of the Jemire and Annabelle countering the silence. So that part was well thought out because the Layla is pretty rendered useless here with Jemire and Annabelle on the other side. And let's see if this monkey could make the kill here. This is the one window. Day's running for his life. And Day's back to normal. He needs to go back on the monkey here and try and kill Day again. Oh, I think that light ray shield might have absorbed that monkey attack. The AT field might have absorbed it. Day has also switched to a green weapon, so he's not very scared of the monkey anymore. On top of not being scared, he's going to do a ton of damage to the monkey. LeeMinHoe did ult with the monkey. One more monkey E might be able to kill Day here if the monkey could survive it. Monkey is CC'd. Monkey's armor broken. Monkey is dead, and that looks like curtains for LeeMinHoe. Light Ray will keep LeeMinHoe alive for a long time, but LeeMinHoe has nothing to kill with, so it should be GG. And that's all she wrote. Congratulations, Day. Nice win, bud. So I'm not sure if the other match is ready, but once it's ready, it will be the NuTkaZe match. Okay, so we have again we have NuTkaZe versus the NightRose coming up. It's two very good players, of course, but it is Orbia versus Heath, so I might give the edge to NightRose, but we'll see. Again, Nut is pretty good at staying alive, so he might be able to deal with it. But for this last match that just happened, again, LeeMinHoe, definitely experience-wise, doesn't have what Day has, and definitely account-wise, doesn't have what Day has, so it's a little uphill climb for him. So I'm not surprised that Day won, but it looks like Nut and NightRose are ready, so good luck to you both. And we shall see. We shall see what we have. Let's see if Night goes for the gas on NuTkaZe, and likely NuTkaZe doesn't really go for gas, so NuTkaZe's draft is pretty much going to be some form of Artemil, Ariel, Light Ray, some kind of stay alive comp. And let's see how much gas NightRose brings in response. So NightRose does ban the dark weapon, as I said before. Dark weapon slows, so for melee, like, it's really annoying to try and catch an Orbia if you're slowed, right? But he does allow NightRose to get the red weapon, which has some one-shot potential, but expecting NightRose to pick the red weapon, NuTkaZe responds with the blue weapon, which deals less damage for Orbia, but it will also provide a lot of freezes and survivability for the Orbia. So we have a Layla Artemil into a Light Ray Jemire Monkey. So Jemire is a good pick here, counters the Layla and also protects you from picking Jemire to counter your own monkey. So I do like the Jemire pick here. NuTkaZe, as expected, continues on with his sustain with the Ophelia and Durandal pick. NightRose gets a little sustain of his own with the Jean and Lima. Nut needs to opt for some kind of strip, I believe. Garrow is a pseudo stripper and kind of hard to deal with later on as he starts getting crazy mode. Garrow has a thing where the more lower his HP is, the more crazy mode he goes. So we have a Layla Artemil ban, and we have a Jemire Jean ban. I do like the NightRose draft here a little better. Let's see. NightRose again, stealthing towards Nut. Nut gets the freeze. See, that was what I was saying. You gotta be careful with Heath, even though you're invisible. If you stand near your units, if they target the unit you're next to, you're gonna get affected by the skill effects as well. So he did freeze NightRose while he was invisible. And Durandal's going down like a heap of bricks, though. Durandal doesn't survive this. The bombs. Durandal's down. Yeah, the red Heath is hard to let through, guys. I'm telling you, man. Like, his damage it's not normal, you know? But where there's a Garrow, the fight's never over. Garrow is trying his best to keep Nut in it. The Light Ray is hurting, but I believe it does have a second life still. Monkey E just went off on the Ophelia, so Ophelia might be going down here soon. The Garrow's trying to preserve it. Nope. And Nut and Ophelia died at the same time. Fire heat, boys and girls. Fire heat. Thank you, Starter, bro. I appreciate that, man. Doing my best out here. Thank God for water, man. Alright, we got round 2 against Nut and NightRose. Again, I believe Nut is going to stick with his sustain drafts. And NightRose looks like he's comfortable with sustain with a little bit of gas. So we'll see if NightRose sticks with that. Okay, NuTkaZe took away the Light Monkey. The problem with Heats is that Light Monkey is not as oppressive against Heats because Heats have a passive that if their evasion is 80%, I believe, or above, they cannot be rooted. So the Monkey will lose the root element on the Heat. Obviously, Monkey still does a ton of damage. Monkey has armor break, things like that, but it will lose some of its efficacy, I guess you could say. But NightRose in response takes away the Jemire, and that, again, that counters the Layla and counters the Monkey now. And then takes an Ophelia and the Ethna to chase down Nut. Nut, knowing that he's going to get chased down, picks the Aerial for the quick, cheap heal to protect himself. But you have a situation where Jemire's probably needs to be the ban, so Nut has to deal with Ethna, even though Nut is on water weapon, so Ethna is a little scary. But as I told you guys before, Nut is very good at staying alive, so it's not easy to gas him, but he is a little scared of the Ethna. He does ban the Ethna. Now Jemire's through, so again, I have to favor NightRose here because Jemire renders the Layla pretty much useless. So he does ban the Monkey here, and now like Jemire is just going to be Layla's dad, and basically NuTkaZe is relying on himself plus Shazam cooldown reductions and stuff like that to make a kill here. But NightRose's draft pretty much neutralizes that Layla, so NightRose could probably just ignore the Layla and just focus on chasing NuTkaZe down. NuTkaZe got dropped to about quarter health just now. He's healed back up. It's just going to happen again once he goes back on NuTkaZe, I feel like. Let's see what happens. NightRose is saving up his mana. NightRose is pretty much at max mana right now. So NightRose is planning his big attack here. You're probably see NuTkaZe's health drop. There it is, dipped to 40%. Okay, NuTkaZe has sustained back up. And I believe NightRose will save his mana again for another rotation. And if he can follow up that gas with a little bit of Arda strip and the Arda damage from the E, NuTkaZe might fall over, guys. So let's see. Okay, NightRose just used up all his mana again, so he'll need to wait for his mana to pick back up. But there's not much pressure coming from the Nut side because Nut is still taking damage from NightRose's auto. Nut gets a nice ulti here, hits everybody. But again, there's so much sustain, and the Jemire cleanse basically didn't do much. And once NightRose gets that ult, NightRose can probably try and drop NuTkaZe to about 40%, then use the ult to try and finish him off. So I really favor NightRose here. NuTkaZe is actually not in a great spot. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, he has NightRose slept. Jemire cleanse is not up yet. So this is a little window. NuTkaZe can get a little damage in. Okay, slept the heap again. So, okay, he's cleansed. Here comes the damage on Nut. There it is. There was the ult, everything. Nut survived. Nut is not looking good. Nut is not healthy. One artist strip here. There's the artist strip. Nut is running for his life. Still alive somehow. Still running for his life. See, Nut can't push forth any damage right now, which is the same thing that happened to the other Orbia earlier against Heath. So you have a situation where you're not putting pressure on the other team, but NuTkaZe is on fire weapon, puts a lot of damage into Jemire. And once Jemire's health is dropped, he starts healing much less, but Nut goes down. Very well played, NightRose. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure from the Heat, so like for Orbia, like if you're not putting any pressure forward, that's why NightRose could just sit there and wait and let his mana build up, and then try and explode a bunch of skills, because there was no pressure from Nut's side, because Nut had to run for his life. And that's not Nut's fault, because if Nut stops, then that's what happens. You see Nut stop, try to finish off the Jemire. and then toasted. So again, it's not his fault. It's a very tough matchup. Heat's are very strong, and Orbia has to stop to do damage. And the minute you stop, Heat's taking 80% of your HP minimum. So you have to find a window where you stop, can shoot all your abilities off, and then have a way to top yourself back off. Or just for stopping that one time, you pretty much surrendered yourself. But now we advanced on to the semifinals, guys. We're down to the semifinals, guys, but we're going to have a 5-minute break before that. And it'll be a new graphic when we come back with the code that actually works, I think. I hope. I hope I'm not baiting you guys again, but when we come back from this 5-minute break, the code will be there and the semifinals will be ready. So I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Go to the bathroom, make some popcorn. See you soon. Alright guys, welcome back from break. Hope you guys had a nice bathroom break, popcorn break. Hope you made some popcorn. Hope you're excited to watch the semifinals. We might get that early predicted Heat versus Heat finals, but we'll have to see if they can make it through into the finals. And we're going to find out real soon. And as I promised before the break, there is the new coupon code coming up. So as soon as that comes up on the screen, you guys have a chance to type that in. And then we'll take a look at how the brackets are lined up now to get us to the semifinals. Again, it'll still be a best of 3. The code is a little different now, guys. It's Whycuzimag, SWCHGL. So instead of 08, it's GL at the end. Same rewards, like I said before, 1,000 crystals, 3 wind scrolls, 3 fire scrolls, 3 water scrolls, and 200k gold. So I'm going to try the code right now on my end. And get you baited along with the rest of you. Let's see. And the last is this. It works. It works. Enjoy your code, guys. Good luck with your summons. Enjoy the energy. Enjoy the energy. Enjoy the gold. Enjoy the crystals. But again, we're getting back to the brackets now. It got us down to our final 4 competitors. It is 3 members of Advent and 1 member left of Eclipse. It is basically Toxic versus Leafyu first. Then it'll be NuTkaZe versus Day. Wait, I think that's wrong. It should be NightRose versus Day. Yeah, that's why I said Heat versus Heat. I'm not going crazy, right? Yes, it should be NightRose versus Day. And there's a little error on the typing of the graphic. Yep. So, congrats on the code. Thanks for watching, guys. Most importantly, it's very important that you guys watch. Take this moment to tell you guys, I appreciate all you guys watching. It does nothing for me personally, but it does do something for me in the sense that this is the stuff that builds the game. Builds Chronicles, keeps Chronicles alive. So it's time to also say that the EU and NA merger is happening next week. So if you took a break from Chronicles, you're watching because you see if you want to get back into it. Definitely a good time to get back into it. Definitely enjoy. But as my thought is, I'll finish that thought later. But we already have Toxic and Leafyu super ready, it seems like. So good luck. Leafyu, prepare to run for your life. And Toxic, good luck chasing. Okay, so we have Eleanor that Leafyu's been picking a lot of, and Artemil banned from Toxic. And then Leafyu also saw Toxic pick Chaesun and Eleanor, so he banned those on his end. So these guys are doing a very good job of paying attention, scouting their opponents, and seem very prepped to fight against each other. So with the Eleanor ban, Leafyu does take the Celestia, who's the other ulti gauge pumper. So it's Celestia Jean against the Light Ray Layla Durandal for now. Leafyu responds in with a Lima pick, which gives him the double invincibility with Lima Jean. And again, Pumper plus Lima Jean is basically endless invince. So either Toxic has to ban the Celestia or pick some more strippers. The Light Monkey makes it awkward because you pick a Light Monkey counter, it's not really a stripper. So that is a pretty good pick from Leafyu. Toxic responds with a Frigate, which is also a skill cooldown reducer. And a Camilla for a little bit more sustain. As we've seen before, the Heats don't need a lot of help damage. They seem like they do perfectly fine with sustain and letting the Heat do the killing on his own. But Leafyu, since he likes to use the wind weapon, has prepared himself to not deal with the fire Heat. But Dark Heat is very strong as well, so he's not really giving himself that much of a break by banning the fire. And you do see again the Annabelle pick, which does counter the Layla silence. So we'll see if he lets the Annabelle through, or if he self-bans his Layla. We'll see what Toxic decides to do here. Again, he might have to ban the monkey here, even though Heat is not scared of monkeys. His team is. So he does ban the monkey. Okay, self-bans the monkey. Interesting. Okay, so let's see how this pans out. Oh, there goes the Heat, sneaking back in the back, chasing something down, getting ready to go off. Goes and chooses to go on the Lima instead. Dark Heat, if you see the exclamation point debuff, that debuff is a debuff that Dark Heat puts on. It makes your entire team focus on that target. Toxic is taking a lot of damage though from Leafyu right now. Toxic needs to sustain back up or he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Toxic does get healed to full. He does switch. Oh! got Leafyu slipping there a little bit. He switched to Leafyu, but he baited him, and then just jumped on the Lima and finished the Lima off. So now Toxic is at a big advantage here. Toxic is taking a lot of damage here, but Toxic just destroys the Annabelle. So that's 2 sustains down on that side for sure. And now the Layla could just free reign with the silence. And there's not much Leafyu could do besides invince himself. If you guys really want to understand what Toxic did there, he was just waiting out the invincibility buffs from the Jean or the Lima, and then using that one window to use all his skills and just pop something. Toxic just popped Leafyu's first life, so let us have a self-revive. Now use the skill on the heat to make everything target the Soletta. Soletta is sleeping at the moment. There's really not much Leafyu could do from here. Leafyu might be stalling the game out to plan or consider his next steps going forward. But yeah, Toxic's damage is a little obscene, to be honest. Very well played, Toxic. Leafyu, valiant effort in staying alive, but it's a lot of juice, man. There's a lot of juice. Alright, listen, who's leveling my Heat so I can play Heat, bro? What's going on here? I'm convinced. I'm motivated. I'm Heath now. Call me Heath man. Bans the fire again. And Toxic sticks with banning the light, Soletta. That's basically just understanding that Leafyu is going to ban his fire, so he has to go dark. So he bans the light, so he can't counter the dark with the light. That's kind of why Toxic's banning light. Also, Light Soletta does have a big burst potential. People don't pick light as much anymore, but Light Soletta still has very high one-shot potential. So now we have Celestia first pick. Toxic responding with the Layla Light Ray. Let's see what Leafyu changes it up here a little bit, or he just sticks with the what sticks with what got him here. Let's just say we have a Jean Lima. Yep, sticking exactly with the same previous draft. Let's see what Toxic takes here. Toxic goes a different route. Toxic's gonna stick with the same route. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No problem. Good luck with your summons on the codes, guys. I hope the codes turn out good for you guys. It is a really good code. I mean, I think that's an awesome amount of rewards for one simple code. And all you had to do to get it was just to be here watching. And again, I appreciate you guys all out here watching. This kind of support, you know, gets sent to the headquarters. They see a good response here. They'll want to do this again, you know? And again, it does nothing for me personally to do this again. But for the community, for the game, doing this is a big deal. So I appreciate you guys out here watching, you know, taking the time to just check in, say hello, say goodbye, cheer on your favorite player, boo the person you don't like, whatever it is. But just being here is, you know, much more than I can ask for. So I appreciate you guys out there for sure watching this. And, you know, hopefully we can get more of these in the future. And hopefully a lot of you guys that, you know, kind of backed out of joining like I told you to, get motivated to join because, you know, listen, to be fair, a lot of the big names are out already, you know? Like, to be like, oh, I can't beat this guy, I can't beat that guy. Listen, you might not have to fight that guy. That guy might be taken out by somebody else, so you definitely should join, sign up. Next time we can make it a 32-person bracket, you know, whatever it is. But we got to get people interested, got to get people motivated, and you want to get this game alive, because at the end of the day, you know, say what you want to say about the game, say what you want to say about anything, but it's a really, really good game, to be fair. It's a very good game. It's very well made. Obviously, everybody has their different gripes, different situations, and I get that, you know, but at the end of the day, it is a well-constructed game. It's a well-made game, and it's a super fun game. I'm having a great time with it, and I really feel like everybody else could, you know, jump on, jump back on, try it out, send your friends over, whatever it is, but support the game. But this is game 2, guys. Let's see if the triple healer from Leafyu could survive Toxic. Toxic gets a big stun off. Toxic just waiting for his skills to come up a little bit here. Okay, he stuns the summoner and goes on to... Okay, let's see, it's so colorful in there. Looks like he's on the... Jean? Yeah, he's on the Jean. Jean almost went down there, to be honest, which is, again, just to see how much damage it does. Like, Jean is very, 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 very tanky unit. But Leafyu did sustain his team back up, so Toxic might have to do a little resetting here. Leafyu does have ulti, because the Celestia gets into ulti very fast. I'm not sure if Toxic should have went with the Genos here, because Toxic showed that he did enough damage without a damager. So now Toxic kind of puts himself at a little disadvantage of not having as much sustain. But if Toxic can make a kill, he's definitely up front again. There's another ulti coming from Celestia. There it goes. Toxic survived, but Toxic's very low. Toxic's hurting. He's sustained back up. Yeah, if Toxic doesn't make a kill soon, this match might go to Leafyu this round anyway. Toxic is Oblivioned right now. Oh, and down goes the Genos. So that's why I wasn't a big fan of the Genos pick here. Because Toxic didn't need damage. He just needed his team to stay alive, and he brought damage, and the damage now died. So that part gets a little awkward. Toxic's definitely not out of it, though. You can get a nice big silence from Layla here. If he gets a nice silence, he could find a window to make a one-shot, and he'll be right back in the match if he can kill something soon. But he needs to kill something soon. Like, real soon. He went back from Dark Sledda to Green Sledda. Toxic still on Light Heath. And obviously Fire is banned, so Wind Sledda is pretty safe to stay on for the most part. But again, Toxic needs to come up with a way to get a nice silence and make a kill, otherwise this game might be over. Celestia's taking a lot of damage, and she's heal blocked. The Vince is up. If he can not... Oh, the heal block dropped, so Celestia might get top back off. Let's see it. So close. So close. So close. Oh, Invince is up again. He has to wait out the Invince because there's no strip. Celestia is still low. Celestia does go down, so there's a chance for Toxic to come back here now. Leafyu is sleeping on the job. Toxic might go for a big burst on Leafyu here. He's saving up his skills. He might just go for the big burst. Nope. He got re-slept by the Layla. I don't know how Toxic's taking so much damage though when the Leafyu was sleeping, but Leafyu's up. Almost one-shots Toxic there. Leaf has, I think that's a fake ulti on my screen that Leaf has. Oh, he just used it, I guess. I can't even tell if it's real or fake ultis. Toxic's putting in the damage on Leafyu right now. Leafyu is asleep again. Toxic's saving up some mana. Let's see if Toxic can burst down. I mean, the easiest target to burst here is going to be the Summoner. So let's see if we can burst down the Summoner. Leafyu does double rolls away. Toxic's far away from his target now. Toxic trying to make his way back, but Toxic's also hurting for HP. At this point, the healing is dropped tremendously. So every damage does count at this point. Toxic's got a little healthy now. He's going back onto Leafyu. Let's see if he could drop him here. The Invince is up, which is huge. Leafyu does a ton of damage to Toxic there. The Invince is dropped now. Let's see if Toxic can make a kill. This will be the moment. Okay, Leafyu does go down. Second life. Leafyu's revived. Toxic with the silence and the kill. Wow. Super well played there, guys. Both of you guys. But Toxic, the patience, losing a unit early and still having the perseverance to fight through there. That was awesome, Toxic. Leafyu, that was a very valiant effort. Tons of respect to you, Leafyu. That was really good, man. You you had him almost killed many times, and Toxic had you killed almost many times. It was a very good match to watch. Thank you guys for that. Somebody in chat said no immunity, and when the HP starts getting reduced towards the end there, it is true that's when immunity really starts to shine. Immunity and shields really start to shine. So because of the lack of those things is what kind of caused led to the demise. But at the end of the day, like, it was a very well fought match, and definitely credit to both players. And Toxic will be going to the finals, guys. Congratulations, Toxic. On at least second place for sure, Toxic. So congrats on that. So now Toxic advanced to the finals, and then we're now going to have NightRose versus Day 7. So it's it's going to be Advent versus Advent, and then guaranteed in the finals it'll be an Eclipse versus Advent. And it might be what you guys said earlier, the Heath versus the Heath. But that was a very good match, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I definitely enjoyed it, and that was fantastic. I mean, great, well played by both players. Absolutely great fight. And this should also be a great fight. We mentioned that, Heath versus Heath finals, but the problem with that is is that Heath does not do great into Cleef. So day 7 is very formidable in this match, and very possibly if he gets to the finals, he'll be very formidable against Toxic. Yeah, Cleef is big time favorite against Heath, just because, you know, you can see Heath is a bursting kind of guy, and Cleef obviously doesn't get bursted all that easily. But great job, and hope you prep yourself for your final match, Toxic. And now, without further ado, we do have NightRose versus Day 7. Lima Fran pre-ban from the Day 7 side, and a Celestia Noah double pumper pre-ban from the NightRose side. Light Ray first pick. Day's responding with Arda. Layla's getting a lot of action today. I mean, Layla, like I said, she's been meta and she's still been meta for very long, but she doesn't get as much action, like, in my opinion, lately. But, like, today, it's National Layla Day. Well, sort of National Annabelle Day, too, I guess. But because of Layla, makes it Annabelle Day, you know? Like, if there was no Layla there, Annabelle would never show up. Let's see if NightRose actually goes with the Annabelle. Nope, NightRose goes with the Juno Ophelia. Juno is a very strong unit, and it does work in cahoots with Ophelia, because mostly for the reason that Ophelia counters Juno heavily with the beneficial, with the harmful effect removal blockage. Okay, a Light Ray ban and a Frigate ban. So he banned double pumper from Day, and Day found the third pumper in Frigate. But even that's banned, so it's like a triple ban now. And the Juno Josephine bans of each other, of their self. And let's see if I think NightRose might try and pop the Layla or Jemire here, to be honest. We'll see if Day lets that happen or not. He is going to Jemire. I do like going on Jemire because Jemire's healing gets nerfed big time when he gets attacked. So let's see if he did go on the Jemire, but he's switched off for now. NightRose just kind of saving up his mana. NightRose's team is also silenced right now, so he's kind of just saving. And he's going to probably go back on the Jemire here shortly. Here it comes. He's on the Jemire. Let's see if Day can find the opening where the immunity drops, and Day can maybe provoke to help protect his Jemire. But Day is doing some serious damage out there. Day just takes out 2 units. I'm telling you, man, you guys want that Heath on Heath, but Cleef is not easy for Heath to deal with, man. I mean, Day is really showing up. For all you guys that say Cleef is no good, Cleef is weak, Cleef's a bump, Cleef is a demon, boys and girls. Cleef is a demon. Find something that could do Orbia damage, but could survive forever, that is Cleef. Cleef is a demon. But right away, going into round 2, guys. Let's see if Day can make this a 2-0, or if NightRose can get it back to, as I call it, Hill. 1-1, race to 3. But we'll see. This is going to be a tough battle for the Heats, man. Like, even if Day gets to the finals, like, it's going to be a tough road for Toxic, because for some strange reason, man. Some strange reason, Cleef makes life really hard for Heath. That's the thing, Cleef is a tank, but it does some ridiculous damage. Ridiculous damage. And it's the only summoner you could build ridiculous damage on with limited repercussions, right? So you can go full YOLO Soletta, right? But again, you go full YOLO Soletta, full YOLO Orbia, you get full YOLO'd in return. Cleef goes pretty full YOLO, and he's still pretty tanky, guys. So Cleef is very strong. And like I said, Day's a very seasoned, very experienced player. Very strong account, so I'm not surprised he's here at this moment. So we have a Beta Layla ban, and we have a Frigate Annabelle ban. That Genos is going to pose a problem. I don't like NightRose here, guys. That Genos into 3 melee. That whole no immunity once that Durandal is dropped a little bit. He does stun the Genos, which is a really good play on his part. He has to kill that Genos like instantaneously, because once Genos goes off, it's kind of like the light monkey when there's 3 melee. Yeah, the Genos is doing work, but there is immunity up on NightRose's side, so that kind of counters the Genos. Again, the immunity's up again, so Genos did nothing again. He has to, so Day has to damage the Durandal, so he doesn't, the Durandal's team, so it doesn't get full healed, because Durandal only immunities if it's overheal. So he has to drop their health more before he Genoses. You see that Genos is being wasted into immunities right now. And at some point, NightRose is on water now. He's going to pop the Genos at some point. Oh, there's the gap. There's the window. Everything's armor broken now. No more immunity. This is where Genos shines. See, Durandal's down. Yep. That's why I said I didn't. Scary, man. That Genos is scary for NightRose's draft. I feel like he had to ban the Genos there. Oh, nope, but he kills the Genos. There's that heat damage. So NightRose is still in it. Definitely still in it. So the damage is better from NightRose's team now for sure, having the Artemiel, but the sustain is probably a little bit better on Day's side. I think NightRose needs to go on the Jamire though. If NightRose goes on the Jamire and neutralizes Jamire's healing some, NightRose should be able to pull this one off. Yep, there's the Jamire dropping. See, once Jamire drops, the healing gets dropped. That's it. GG. NightRose comes back, gets it back to Hill. One apiece. I think Day's just going to stall a little time before he concedes here. Although, Cleef like never dies when there's a light ray around, so he might try to actually fight it out. But his chances aren't good, so it's probably going to be, there he goes. As I finish my sentence, he face plants. Alright guys, game 3. That's it. Let's see if it's a Heat final or a Cleef Heat final. Right, without further ado, right into the match we go. We have a Fire Heat ban again, and we have a Light Cleef ban. So Day does go Fire Weapon. Day might try and do a little destroy action. This way, once the HPs are destroyed, Cleef ulti will pretty much kill anything with like half destroyed HP. So giving Cleef the Fire Weapon is a little scary, but he didn't want to give him the light and get blinded in silence, so that makes sense as well. Okay, Day goes back with his Frigate pick, as well as the Eleanor. A much more safer draft on Day's side, because I think again, that bringing damage dealer into Heat poses the problem of Heat turning around and one-shotting him. That's kind of what happened. Like, Genos went off, yes, but then Genos got went off on, you know. NightRose bringing the Light Monkey here, so I feel like he might have to ban the Light Monkey, actually, which means the Layla is kind of useless. Well, with that pick, he's probably banning the Jamire here now. I think Day's going to ban Jamire, I feel like. Yep. So now, if the Genos gets through, he has to keep the Juno here, so NightRose will probably self-ban the Artemiel, maybe? Nope, Gene. Okay, it's either Gene or Artemiel, obviously. Didn't want to leave the 3 melee in for the Genos to eat. But we'll see. Like, we'll see if NightRose could chop up the Genos. You know, if NightRose chops at the Genos, then it's done. He stuns the Genos again at the start. Genos is going off, but Genos is getting gone off on. Genos is hurting. The Genos does go off here, and Genos is hurting people. Okay, NightRose is down to just the Juno left. Not for long, probably. Juno does get a full heal. Juno's just spamming heal, but he's getting spam stun, spam heal, spam stun, spam heal, spam stun, and one more heal. Nope, done. Again, once you guys tell you when there's the 2 melee, that Genos is super oppressive, and Grad's Day. Looks like it'll be Day and Toxic in the finals, boys and girls, and we won't be taking a break. We're bringing you straight to the finals, I think, after this. As long as both players are ready, we're taking you straight to the finals. So sorry if you didn't go to the bathroom before. Sorry if you didn't make popcorn, but it will be a best of 5. So you can't go anywhere. You have to stay and watch. But it's going to be a little tough game for Toxic because I'm telling you, Leaf does have the edge over Heat. But we'll see if Toxic can do a little better than NightRose did against Day 7-7. But congrats Day, congrats Toxic. You guys have already guaranteed yourself first or second place. So you will be getting 5 or 10,000 crystals. The winner of this does get a figurine, though. I do have the set of figurines. Mine are actually not open. They're still in the box. But they're super cool. I've seen them open. And being that mine are still in the box, I actually never opened the boxes to get the codes out. So my codes are still sitting in a box right now. But each code is 3 LDs, 3 Devilmon, 3,000 crystals, 1 million gold, 3 Devilmons, 3 LDs, 3,000 crystals, 1 million gold. I think that's it. But yeah, each one of those boxes has that code inside. I haven't taken mine out yet. But the winner of this will get that figurine. I'm assuming to let them choose which summoner they get or they want. Or if not, they'll get one randomly sent to them. I don't know. But it will be 10,000 crystals to the winner too, which is a pretty nice amount. And yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. We are waiting for Toxic and Day to get ready. I guess maybe Day needs a minute since he just finished his match. Maybe Toxic needs a minute. I don't know. But good luck to both guys. And we're going to flash the code again, guys. If you missed out on the code, here's the code. Make sure you put it in. Nerf Day 777. Nerf for Astartes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Again, guys, the coupon code is Whycuzimag, SWCHGL. Alright, guys, I hope you're ready. It looks like the players are finally ready. We got Toxic, who's been pretty much playing 13-second matches all day, versus Day 7, who's been playing 3-minute matches all day. But we'll see if we can find somewhere in the middle where one of these matches will end. I'm super excited. One's my guildie and very good friend. I've been friends with Toxic since the very, very beginning of the game. And Day, very nice guy, and I've been competing against him since the beginning of the game. So this should be a super fun match. 2 very experienced players. I don't know what device Day plays on, but again, like I told you guys before, Toxic plays on mobile, which is absolutely ridiculous, because if you try playing on mobile, your thumbs block everything. So literally, I mean, this is going to be a great match, I think. Hopefully we get to even a Game 5. That'd be even more awesome. But good luck to both competitors, and make sure you summon your collab units before it's too late. I think it expires tomorrow, so summon. You guys see Light Ray out there, and you want a Light Ray, this is your one and only chance to get one. Well, technically, you can get a Light Meta Clone sometime and get one, but if you want the actual Light Ray with the schoolgirl outfit, like, you need to summon now, guys. Dex, he's mobile too. This is mobile versus mobile. All you PC gamers are terrible. You heard it here first. We have a mobile versus mobile finals. Plays on a Nokia. He uses 1 through 9. Mobile Master Race. This is crazy. Wow, they wasted no time in drafting. Toxic has no damage besides the Fragarak, and Day has no real damage besides the Genos. So let's see how the first game goes. We have an Elinoa ban, probably expected. Genos ban, also expected because the double win units. And let's see if Toxic keeps the Fragarak. I don't see Toxic keeping Fragarak here because I don't think Toxic needs help damage. He does keep the Fragarak, so he just has to keep it alive, and if it lives long enough, then the Fragarak just goes steroid mode. Let's see how this pans out. Day 7's going right in on the Fragarak, not wasting any time, knowing he has to do some work and get rid of it. The problem with Cleaves going in on archers like that is, like I stated before, they do kind of fixate onto them. So there may be a lot of damage coming in, but I don't know where the Fragarak went. The Fragarak is not even on the screen anymore. I think the Fragarak took a little break, and now Toxic's taking a lot of damage with the silence and everything on him. Toxic's team is taking a lot of heat, boys and girls. I don't know, Fragrex on vacation. Fragrex going down. Fragrex is down, so now it's a big uphill climb for Toxic, but as you saw before, Toxic's able to one-shot somebody pretty much at will. There is a Celestia pumping on the other side, so it does make it a little more difficult. And there's a heal block up, and the Summoner's sleeping, and Toxic concedes the first match. Yeah, I don't think Toxic needs to pick it. Toxic needs to pick stuff to deal with the silence and all that stuff that's happening. Again, Toxic has shown multiple games that he does enough damage on his own, but again, it is the Cleef versus Heath matchup, and you know, Cleef is very, 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 very tough. You know, very, 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 very tough. I mean, I agree with you, Honey Bunny, in chat. Like, these two players have really shown up today, and they really done well, both of them. Like, they didn't really... I wouldn't really say, like, no offense to any other players, but I don't really say they had any struggles getting to where they are right now, you know? Which is pretty impressive to see, and, you know, no matter who wins, like, both of them are deserving, you know? This is a best of 5. Double wind over this. Toxic might try and pick up something fire here, maybe. We'll see, though. It's a fire Cleef versus a dark Heath. Okay, we have a water unit in turn. A Praha Juno. That's the first Praha we've seen all day. I think for me, if I'm the Heath here, it's an Elinoa ban and kill the Jemire. That's what I would try and do. You're not really scared of Genos here. You only have 2 melee units and a ton of healing. So, I mean, Genos is always scary, I guess, but I mean, I wouldn't ban the Genos here. My ban would be Elinoa, and I'd probably try and gas down the Jemire. If you're letting Jemire through, you have to kind of ban your Praha, though. So I think Praha's going to be a self-ban here. And then he has to just kind of go all in on the Jemire. Or he can go all in on the Genos as well. I mean, okay, he bans the Light Ray, so he's keeping Praha. I'm not really sure why the Praha here. I mean, maybe the AoE sleep. But Jemire is like such a counter. But we'll see if Toxic knows something I don't know, maybe. He does stun the Genos here. Oh, he almost popped the Genos, but now Genos is going off. Genos is going off big time. Juno needs to heal. Oh my god, Juno just got the heal off with like a millisecond before she died. And now the silence is up, and this is not looking good for Toxic. Oh, Juno just went down before she could heal. Yeah, I don't know that the Praha was the keep there. Don't really see the purpose of the Praha. The Juno saved the day once, almost saved the day again, but literally died before the E went off. That Genos did almost die at the start, though. That Genos got dropped to like 20% at the start. Alright, Toxic is down 2-0. We're in round 3. Let's see if Toxic can pull a win back, or day 7's going for the clean sweep. We have a Light Ray, first pick from day. Not so much semi-questionable Praha pick, more questionable Praha keep. Praha keep could have been like a bait too, to like, you know, think that the guy was gonna, you know, make the guy ban it kind of thing, but I don't know. Not a big fan of the Praha pick either. Elinoa Layla from Toxic. We have a Celestia Jemire Light Ray from Day. The Durandal from Toxic. Let's see if Toxic goes up with his 4th pick. Beta, okay. You guys kind of know how I feel about Beta. Not a big fan. Probably would have leaned towards more of like a Gene over the Beta even. Not quite sure what the Beta is for, but the Beta leads me to believe that the 5th pick is be some kind of damage unit that he wants to revive or protect. Or maybe he wants Day to think he's going to pick a damage unit. But Day does take the Gene and the Genos. There is only one melee unit, so Genos definitely has less prowess here. All kind of depends on how the Genos aims his Q and E. Because Genos can reach the backline if he aims it properly, but you also can send your Genos to the backline. Okay, so Toxic going with a little double revive action with the Cracker Beta. I think he has to ban Jamire. Like, I don't know about these Celestia bans. I think he has to ban Jamire. Like, if he bans that, it's okay. You don't ban Jamire, but you probably have to try and kill the Jamire now. Like, you have to make a kill on Jamire. Oh, he self-banned his own Jamire. Okay, interesting. I mean, I'm okay with Toxic's drafting. I'm okay, but again, now it's 2 melee into a Genos. So he's going to have to armor break the Genos with the Cracker quickly and kill the Genos. If he doesn't kill the Genos early, this fight's over. This Cracker's armor break is coming. There's the Cracker armor break. Let's see if we can kill the Genos. This is like the one window to kill Genos. Genos has Invince. He's got the Gene decently low, but the Genos needs to be the kill target, I feel like. Genos is going down right now. Like, oh, Genos just used his Q. Yeah, I don't know. I think Tox needs to focus on Genos. Like, I don't think letting the Genos go off like that is gonna be beneficial. They have a lot of adverse effects because it's 2 melee units, and his non-melee unit is off to the side, just playing his own game right now. Is the problem? Oh, Genos is really low. Genos does go down. The light ray is also really low. Toxic looks like he figured out a little bit of mojo here on how to deal with the Genos. It took him a little long to kill it. I'm surprised that Toxic lasted long enough through all that. But we'll see if Toxic can close this game out. It's definitely not over yet, though. Let's see if Toxic can close it out, because, you know, Cleef could always just burst and kill that Layla right now, and then we're back to square one pretty much. Layla is going down hard. Layla has heal blocks, so she can't sustain herself. But he does have a Cracker still, so Toxic got Cleef down to like nothing, so he had to run away for a second, which gave Layla a chance to breathe, but the heal block is not dropping, so Layla is going to go down. Now we have to figure out if Toxic can... Oh, Toxic's taking a ton of damage. Cracker's taking a ton of damage. Durandal's taking a ton of damage. Cracker does go down, which brings the Layla back up. Let's see if Layla can sustain them back. That the Fire Cleef heal block is really doing a number right now, though. There's the heal block again. Now Toxic's 2 low units are both heal blocks, so they're probably going to go down. Unless Toxic can keep the heat on. He does finish off the Ray. Toxic has to kill the Gene now. And then might be in a weird spot. If he doesn't kill this Gene, he has to kill the Gene. Gene is super low, 10 stack armor broken. But the Invince spam is up. Okay, Gene does go down, so Toxic will be able to close this one out and get it back to 2-1. All right, let's see if Toxic can come back and get it to Game 5 for us. And get us that Game 5 we all want to see, obviously. I guess we all, except Day 7, want to see, obviously. But very well played by Toxic. Good job being a little more patient with it and taking down the Genos. And we'll see how this last match goes. Light weapon is banned. Red weapon is banned, same as before. Light Ray first pick from Toxic. Got the Eleanor. Layla, so Toxic's have to respond with Celestia something here, I assume. Not going to give double pumper today. Let's see if Toxic recognizes to pick the Celestia here. Maybe he's having trouble finding Celestia. No, he takes away the Genos. So Day 7's probably going to pick a Celestia here, almost guaranteed. to guarantee himself one pumper, even if one gets banned. The Sonnet, that is a #1 Genos counter. First person to pull it out into a Genos, the Sonnet. Not bad day, not bad. I like it. Only problem with counter picks, again, like I told you in this game, there's self-ban. So like now if he does English, yes. If he doesn't ban Sonnet and Toxic bans his own Genos, then Sonnet just kind of stands there and does nothing. So this is where it's going to be awkward, because I really see that Toxic's not going to ban the Sonnet here, it looks like, and Toxic's going to self-ban his Genos. So if Day keeps it, then he's going to have a Sonnet that just does a whole bunch of nothing, playing music all around the world. Garrow is a big problem here. Garrow's very strong, especially with Cleef. Cleef and Garrow, I've been soloed by Cleef and Garrow before. So that is a tough pick to let through as well. We do have a Celestia and Eleanor ban, just like before. And I think Toxic bans his own Genos here, but I think Day is going to play the same chess match, and he's going to ban his own Sonnet here, so might be back to square one again, guys. I think Genos and Sonnet are going to be the bans. The chess match? Genos and Sonnet are the bans. There you go, guys. So now we got Sustain Squad versus Sustain plus Garrow Squad. And I gotta be honest, I favor Day's draft a little bit here, guys. So Day might be closing this one out, but we'll see if Toxic can do anything about this. Toxic going straight in on that Celestia. I mean, on the Layla, sorry. Layla does get top back off. Oh, big damage coming in. Big damage coming in on the Light Ray. After getting feared by Garrow. Does get the Praha heal, however, they were immunity up, so he only got a couple of sleeps. And Garrow is just spamming fear, guys. Garrow fears. Oh, whoa! Garrow went down, boys and girls. Toxic. If he can sustain up here, he has a chance to win this Toxic now. Garrow is not easy to kill. I don't know what happened, but Garrow just went down like a heap of bricks. Garrow is one of those units that does more damage as his HP is low, and also takes less damage as his HP is low. So he's not easy to kill unless, I guess, it happened just as I thought it happened, and it bursted him like one-shot style. Because like Garrow just gets tankier as he goes down, but Light Ray's having trouble sustaining back up, as well as Toxic. He does get the Praha heal. So he does heal back up and does take down the Layla. So now it's Day and Jean versus the world. So I think Toxic got us back to Game 5, boys and girls. Well, we got what we asked for. We got Game 5. We'll see who comes out on top here. Thumbs versus thumbs. Mobile versus mobile. Trash PC gamers. Everybody get your cell phone out. Download Summoners War Chronicles, because it works better on the cell phone, baby. This is crazy, though. We got a Game 5, most likely, unless somehow Day pulls this out, but I don't see how it's possible. Day could stretch this out very long, but Toxic took a lot of damage there, so Toxic does have to be careful and not play so loose here. Green Cleef does do a ton of damage, so... You know, oddly enough, if Day can sustain for another minute or so, he has a good chance, because the healing gets dropped and Jean has Invince, versus Toxic's healing is going to start being useless. But it's going to be like a minute from now, so I don't know if he can sustain that long. Because the Jean is rather low, I believe, right now. Or not. I can't see anything. It's so everything's so tightly grouped together. Okay, there it goes. The Jean's at half health, but it's heal block, so heal block's very detrimental to Jean. All Jean can really do is Invince up. He is getting the shields and the armor buff from the Green Cleef, though. Which is also why it's making it harder for Toxic to make a kill. There's a lot of splashing damage going on. The screen's exploding, bursting with sparks. And, not easy to finish these guys off, seemingly. Toxic sitting at half HP, so he does need to be careful, because a Cleef ulti will probably kill him. Gets the heal block on the Jean again. Jean invinces. Let's see when that invince drops. Jean's gonna have another invince. The heal block, the gap, the switch. Okay, and Jean is down. Holy. Cleef Jean, Cleef Light Ray, Cleef Arda, Cleef Garrow. I guess it's just Cleef is OP, boys and girls. Cleef survivability is absolutely bananas. Alright guys, we got a game 5. Hope everybody's excited. This is crazy. We got the exact finish we wanted, and let's see who comes out on top here. This is absolutely nuts. This is definitely more than I bargained for, and hopefully we get a nice, exciting match from the last one, guys. But Toxic's really doing his darndest, because like I said, Heath is not very favored into Cleef, so he's really doing his darndest right here, guys. So this is definitely a good match. This is a really, really, really good show, good match, and I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. So Day takes away the Light Ray with first pick. Jamire Celestia. Noah Layla. Durandal. A lot of Durandal usage today too. You haven't seen much Durandal. I guess because of the pre-bans. Taking away some of the meta picks, like Durandal's being picked. Because Day is banning double immunity. So Durandal is like a pseudo immunity. So Water Cleef doesn't do as much damage is the problem. And Water Cleef doesn't do as well into like versing sustain. Water Cleef would do better into like if Toxic brought a lot of gas, you know? Just to freeze the gas and give yourself a chance to not get popped. But because Toxic's not bringing a lot of damage, like Water Cleef is not that effective, because when you're healer versus healer battle, you kind of want like to do damage, right? If you're Water Cleef, you just don't do the damage like that. So Day's going a little aggressive here with the Shiho pick. He also picked Aerie, so he might not be banning the Elenoa, or he's presenting that he's not banning the Elenoa. Okay, he does ban the Celestia. Now it's up to Toxic. He wants to take the chance of Elenoa into Aerie, or if he self-bans his own Elenoa. Okay, let's see what happens here. We have an Elenoa, Durandal, Layla, so I gotta be honest, you know, even though there's an area on the field, I kind of like Toxic's draft here. He's pumping a lot of Elenoa, because be careful, because when you pump Elenoa, you do pump your own HP away. So that's why you saw Toxic did drop HP for a little bit there. Toxic's going to find a good spot to land an ult here, hopefully, and take out a unit. Probably the Jamire or the Aerie, I would imagine. Toxic's got to try and drop something soon, because it's going to start getting a little funky and hairy. Okay, Toxic's team is going down pretty hard right now. Toxic's team is going down hard right now. Oh, it looks like Day 7-7 is going to pull it out, guys. And that looks like it's it. Well played, Day 7-7. Well played, Toxic. Congratulations, Day. Great tournament, guys. Absolutely great showing. Great way to come back, Toxic. Get us to a game 5. But again, it's a very tough matchup, as you can see. And champion is Day. Congratulations, Day. Congrats on your 10k crystals figurine and your in-game token item that sells for gold. The gold statue thing. And congrats, Toxic, on 5k crystals. And your in-game flame phoenix. And congrats to everybody else for participating. Thank you for participating. And congrats on your 2,000 crystals just for participating. Congrats to everybody in the chat. Thanks for watching. For your coupon code. hopefully that turns into something good for you guys. And again, thank you for watching. This is what makes these things happen, is you guys supporting, you guys watching. Hopefully if we do this again, a lot of you guys participate and join in. And again, get your feet wet, you know, try it out. Don't be scared of anybody or feel you can't beat anybody. Anybody can beat anybody. You know, just get your practice, train for the next one, get ready to show up. And again, perfect timing, EU and NA are merging, so if you think about coming back to Chronicles, you think about starting Chronicles, if you have any questions about Chronicles, feel free to DM me, look for me, find me, social media, anywhere. And I'll do my best to answer all your questions. I do stream on Twitch, things like that, so if you need to find me, you can find me there. But thank you all for watching for sure, most importantly, and hopefully I can bring more of these to you in the future.